Hey Internet, hey YouTube, hey Twitch. This is Nate. You can also call me Nathan. Please never call me Nathaniel. The name of the day is Durfin. And today I have planned a start of a new series. I thought I would try to get this in before the DLC drops. Again, we don't know when the DLC is going to drop, but thought it'd be a good time to kind of do a new series on how to win at Monster Train. Especially how to win at Covenant 25. So this is going to be how to win at Covenant 25. It's a new series where each stream and each video features a specific champion. And in addition, we start talking about some specific mechanics that are kind of featured by this champion or are just important things to understand about the game. And just try to increase overall knowledge about how to play through. So we're gonna do today the first of the series with the Hornbreaker Prince, and we're gonna be playing 4 games, one with each of the different secondary clans. Again, not guaranteed that I'm gonna win every time, but hopefully at least I can showcase some of the more standard builds that you play with the Hornbreaker Prince, talk a little bit about the theory on how to do runs with Hornbreaker Prince with each one of the clans, and then also explain some basic mechanics. So we're going to start off with an introduction into Hornbreaker Prince's main mechanics, and also talk about just in general how those mechanics operate in Monster Train. So let's jump into the logbook, and we're going to look at the Hornbreaker Prince. So the Hornbreaker Prince features 3, or I guess 4 major mechanics. The first one is armor. The second is, I guess, so I lied. He features 5 different mechanics. He has armor, he has multi-strike, he has slay, he has rage, and he has a revenge. Well, let's focus starting with just the status effects. So the main status effects on the Hornbreaker Prince are rage and armor. So if we look at the text for rage, rage is plus 2 damage per stack of rage. So it's kind of like a damage buff. Where it differs is 1, rage decreases by 1 every turn naturally. So then you have cards, for example. Let's just look at the different rage related cards. Something like Rage Serum. In 3 turns, if you apply no additional rage, you will lose all of your rage after 3 turns. But the way that it works is rage gets better the more of it you have, because the impact of losing rage becomes less and less and less. Rage is particularly good with things that sweep and multi-strike, as is all damage buffs. And in general, one of the important things to note with any type of damage buffs, rage or anything similar, is you get obviously the most value out of them with backliners. So if all things being equal, if you have the same basic status effects, you want to play your damage buffs on your backliners because they're going to have more chances to attack. Multi-strike units, because you get the buff multiple times, and sweep units. So those are the 3 main ones you want to focus on. Backliners, multi-strikers, and sweep units. With the Hornbreaker Prince, this means a couple of things. 1, if you're going to focus on rage when you play him, it's a little bit awkward with Wrathful, because actually he doesn't fit any of those, right? So he has no multi-strike. He is not going to be in the back line, and he doesn't have sweep. So he's the only exception. But with him, again, you're not really playing rage on him necessarily. You can, but the main thing is that he just gets rage naturally. But with Brawler, Brawler is an excellent target for rage because you have all that multi-strike. So every time you apply rage onto the Hornbreaker Prince, you're getting all of that value multiplied by the number of multi-strike. So first by 2, then by 3, then by 5. So when you're thinking about playing different kinds of builds that are rage-oriented, again, you really want units that have sweep. Trample is another one, sorry. So sweep, trample, multi-strike. And if you don't have any of those things, then the next best thing is going to always be your backline unit, right? Your backline unit getting the most value out of the damage buffs as possible. So when we talk about rage, there's some other things that are quite important to note. The first is the deranged brute. So the deranged brute is in a unique situation where he doesn't actually apply any rage or get any rage, but he buffs all of the rage triggers you get by an additional +3 damage per stack, which is actually like really big. That's 150% extra damage on your rage. It goes from +2 damage to +5 damage. And by the way, that does stack with the number of deranged brutes that you have. So if you have multiple deranged brutes, you can get up to 8 or even 11 depending on how many you have on a floor. So there is value in like stacking lots of deranged brutes. You get all of that rage again, +3, +3, +3. The other way to modify rage is through artifacts. So there are 2 primary artifacts that modify rage. The first is Resonant Shard. Resonant Shard adds an additional +1 per stack, so not as strong as the Deranged Brute, but still not bad. The second is the Collection of Tails. Rage does not decay on friendly units, so that completely negates any of the decay that you would normally get, the 1 rage loss per turn. Last thing to note about rage, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to apply rage. I'm not going to go through every single way to apply rage. You can get them through imps, you can get them through incants, you can get them through their scorching restraints, you can get them through cards. There's lots of ways to generate rage. But I wanted to focus primarily on these different modifiers. So anytime you can get these modifiers and you have a rage build, they're going to add a lot of extra value. Last thing I want to note about rage is because it's considered a buff, it is affected by cleanse. And by, I mean, eventually with the DLC Purity, but, or not with Purity, sorry, actually doesn't affect Purity. It affects Cleanse. So Seraph the Chaste will remove half of your rage every single time it uses its Cleanse effect on a floor. Which means that you can play rage builds against Seraph the Chaste, but you have to make sure that you are able to get enough rage to handle the relentless combat or to kill enemy units so you don't get so many leaks. So just be cautious around Seraph the Chaste. It's not like a deal breaker. You can still win with rage with Seraph the Chaste, but you just got to be careful. Make sure that you have enough generation to overcome. So that's the first mechanic, is rage. The second one is armor. So armor is stacked on top of your health, and it has some unique properties compared to general health. So one is where health has like a maximum and then a current, and you can't go over your current health. Armor can stack infinitely, but once it's lost, it's permanently lost. There's no way to like regenerate armor. You're always just stacking armor on top. The other unique property about armor is that it can protect fragile units. So units that have the fragile, which is only currently, you only currently get fragile through multi-strike. Or sorry, not through multi-strike, through One-Horned Tome. But if you play One-Horned Tome on a unit with a lot of armor, it will require all of the loss of armor before that unit takes damage. The other thing about armor that's pretty important is that armor still allows for revenge triggers. So armor does not prevent revenge triggers, which is different than like damage shield. Damage shield actually does block revenge triggers. And apart from that, I guess there's not too much to be said. There are no actual modifiers of armor. There's just things that give you armor. So there is, for example, Scorched Steel, which makes the armor you get more valuable. And then there's also, or sorry, the other way around. It's Railhammer, which gives you more armor each time it's applied. And then there's Scorched Steel, which gives armor at the start of turn. But there's not like any modifiers like with Rage. Where Rage, you can have like extra damage per Rage. You can have it not decay. There's nothing like that with armor. It's just everything is about all the artifacts, all the cards, just apply and increase armor. I guess one thing to note with Rage and armor is that both have a kind of finishing card. With Rage, it's called Last Stand, and it affects the entire floor, and it consumes. It doubles all the current rage on friendly units. Reinforce doubles the amount on a single unit. It doubles the amount of armor on a single unit. Also consumes, which I find very strange. If you saw my card review, I kind of was surprised that they singled out doubling armor over singling out last stand. I guess what you could make sense is like normally you just stack armor onto a single unit, but in reality, you often have armor on lots of different units, and I think there is a case to be made that these should be basically the same, that it should be applied to either the entire floor or to single units. But okay, whatever. But yeah, so those are the two main status effects or buffs that you're going to get when you get the Hornbreaker Prince. And so a lot of the builds that you're going to try to do with the Hornbreaker Prince, especially if you go Brawler and Wrathful, are going to have to do with getting rage and getting armor. Then you have the third one, which is Reaper. Reaper is a little bit different. Reaper is just pure damage enhancement. On the plus side, this means that if he dies and gets reformed, or if he has Endless, he will keep all of the stat buffs that he gets through his Slay triggers. As well, it cannot be cleansed, which is also quite nice. So there definitely are some positives here. On the negative side, the Reaper build tends to be extremely fragile. He only has 6 base HP. He doesn't get any more unless you have enhancements or artifacts that increase your health. So he can be very fragile, but can be very powerful. Looking at the 3 builds, typically for me, it really depends on a couple of things. And we'll talk about that when we go into the runs, but picking between the different 3, right? One is your secondary clan. Certain secondary clans favor different versions of the Hornbreaker Prince. And when we get into those clans, I'll talk about that before we do each run. As well, what Seraph you have. For example, if you have Seraph the Chaste, Wrathful becomes dangerous unless you have a really good way to make sure you're getting enough damage to kill the frontliner. That tends to be quite difficult with Chaste because they have high damage frontliners and you're going to have your rage halved. It can be really difficult to get enough damage to start getting armor triggers. The nice thing is that your armor doesn't get cleansed, but again, the hard part is getting enough damage to kill so that you can get armor. Brawler also tends to be pretty difficult if you're going with a rage build against Seraph the Chaste. Outside of that, then it's really about do you have a clan that has a strong frontliner? If so, Reaper can be quite good or Brawler can be quite good. If you have a clan that has a lot of stat buffs, especially raw damage buffs, Brawler tends to be really strong in those builds because you get the multiplier on all of his multi-strike. So it kind of depends, but it really depends on the secondary clan, your starting cards, and what Seraph you get. And we'll talk about that when we get into the runs. Is there anything else to talk about with them? I don't think so. I guess the last thing is there's a case to be made of including one rank of Brawler with both Reaper and Wrathful builds. I would not combine Reaper and Wrathful. Basically, they're so distinct, you wouldn't want to blend them. But adding in one rank of Brawler into either tends to be pretty good because you take the value of the basics, so the plus 20 here, or the rage and armor gain here, and then you get it across 2 different hits, which could be really powerful. But okay, with that, let's jump into the runs. Again, we're going to do one of each of the clans. We'll start with Awoken. Hey, Lord Sloth, thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. With Awoken, there's a case to be made for both Restore and Root Seeds. With Root Seeds, it tends to be very, very strong with Brawler builds because you can get more value out of the Root Seeds. At rank 3, a Root Seeds is plus 10 damage, which is a lot of value for one starter card, plus the draw you get in the next turn. On the other hand, if you get Restore, there's a couple of really cool builds you can do. One is you can do a Cultivate build where you put the Awoken Hollow in front of the Prince. You do a lot of Restores to generate a lot of Rejuvenation triggers, and then that buffs Brawler up a lot. There's also a Thorned Hollow build with Reaper behind. So Reaper's getting the big kills, Thorned Hollow's clearing the back line. That could be very strong with Restore. And then as well, regardless of whether you take Restore or Root Seeds, if you get spikes in your opening starting cards, then oftentimes it makes a lot of sense to go into a Wrathful build, because the spikes plus the Wrathful means that all of the kills from the spikes are also going to generate armor onto your prince. For me, I typically like the Restores. I think Brawler can be somewhat difficult to play if you don't get enough stat buffs. Like if you don't get something like a Razor Sharp Edge, or if you don't get the Awoken Hollow, or other way around. If you get the Awoken Hollow, I find that the triggers from the Awoken Hollow ends up being way more valuable than the Root Seeds. So with this run, we're going to go Restore. The Restore is also quite good on Wrathful, because what you can do is you can take damage, like you can torch your own prince, and then heal it back up with Restores. So for my money, I'm going to say Restore is in general really strong, but Root Seeds does have a value if you have a Brawler build where you can make sure your prince is going to survive. So let's go Restore. And then depending on what starter cards we'll get, we'll try to see. So this is already looking quite strong for a Brawler build, because we already have a Steel Enhancer. So then Steel Enhancer at rank 3 Brawler would be plus 15 damage and then plus 3 health. Armor as well. Welder Helpers tend to be pretty good with Brawler. Battering Ram synergizing with Welder Helper is quite strong. We have Seraph the Chaste, which also kind of puts us away from going Wrathful. You could make a case for Reaper, but I guess we'll see what we get. I would say it's Reaper or Brawler, with a tendency towards Brawler right now, just because the Steel Enhancers are quite good, and with all the stat buffs with Seraph the Chase is quite good. What else do we have? We have Talos with Rage. It's a little bit scary. We're going to need to make sure we have a strong enough tank to deal with this by ring 3. Sustain's going to be a big problem if we don't get a really strong tank. The Welder Helpers will help, but we're going to need to see how else we can handle that. The other nice thing is that we have torches, so we can get rid of the Welder Helpers after we play them, which is quite nice. And then Fell with Rage. Again, a lot of Rage, which means we're going to need either a lot of Rejuvenation or a lot of armor stacking. Okay, let's jump into the artifact first. Ooh, so Tempered Talisman, if we ended up going Wrathful, Tempered Talisman would be really bad, but we're probably not going to go Wrathful, so it could be quite good as a way to pick off backliners with our torches. That's going to kill 5 health backliners. It's not enough to kill everything that comes with Seraph the Chase, unfortunately. There are some 10 health units that come there, but most of the others throughout the entire run could be dealt with quite easily with torches, and it does make our restores much better. That's really interesting. On the other hand, Imsicle is also very good. What makes Imsicle a little bit less good is that the Rage Imps are going to be not so valuable against Seraph the Chaste. And then you have to wonder, how much value are we going to get out of the rest of the Imps? And that's an interesting question. I'm not 100% certain here. I think both are quite good. I think for consistency's sake, I may end up taking the Tempered Talisman. Just because the Imsicle is so random, it's hard to know whether you're going to get a lot of value out of it. So I'm going to go Tempered Talisman, but it certainly is on the edge. Okay, we got Brawler. I think this is a very clear Brawler build. So what we're hoping for now is more stat buffs. So Razor Sharp Edge would be really strong, and then the ultimate would be an Awoken Hollow. Awoken Hollow would be like real sick for this run. There's a lot of value there. We should be able to do just fine with units starting out. We can torch if we get torches early. So we already get 2 torches. Question is, do we play on the top? So we have a choice here. We can either take the 9 damage and then try to kill off these, and we actually can kill off all of them because of the multi-strike. Or we play up in the top floor, kill 2 of them. We have to tank a hit, and we would tank a hit with the Prince because we want to make sure that we can fit our Welder Helpers when they get there. And then we would be able to kill at least 2, maybe more of the second row. Let's take a gamble here and go for some early value by reducing the damage to our Pyre and hope that that is helpful for... It's a really good question. Do we put the Steward out? We are not going to be able to get through our whole deck in time. before Relentless, I don't think. It's basically 6 draws. So 6 times 5, 30. Yeah, it's pretty close. We might be able to get through. Because this would mean that we could block a full hit here. And then if we torch any of them... Let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can block maybe even 2 hits. So we take 3 pyre damage. It's not bad. There's 2 torches. We're going to greed for 1 there. And then we'll take 2 out here. That leaves 3 damage to our Train Steward. And then our Prince clears out the rest. And now we have room for our imps if they show up. There's 1 of them. Fantastic. So we play you. We cannot play Battering Ram. We're going to take 2 more damage to the Pyre. Let's put these Train Stewards down here just to get some damage knocked off of the boss here. We can do another Welder Helper that still allows us to kill 3. So in the end, we're going to take 2 damage or 7 damage from units. That's actually pretty good. 7 damage for 75 coins is a pretty solid return. We can use a restore, but there's not really any value in it yet, but we'll just use it. I think we have enough armor, though. We have, what, like 30-something armor plus 12 health. So we have 50 health. That's a lot of hits on from these guys. So I think we're going to be just fine. 335 is going to kill him. Nothing we can do there. And we should kill even without... Yeah, we're totally fine. We can even torch one of them to reduce 1 damage. Very straightforward first fight. As I said, the way the rule of thumb is like you want 5 coins for 25 health is like baseline. If you can't get that, don't take it. So we ended up getting 75 coins for 7 health, which is like 10 health per coin, which is really good. So 5 health per coin is like, sorry, the other way around. 5 coins per health is about the baseline you want to go with trades like that. So being able to get way more than 5 coins. I think we got 10 coins. Double that is very strong. Do we want a 3rd Welder Helper? I would actually rather just get Endless on the Welder Helper, I think. So here I'm going to skip. Something to be said about Vent. Because it does 3 base damage already. And we don't currently have any AoE. Although Brawler ends up kind of being a form of AoE by the end. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with Vent to a certain extent. But I think... rhymed. I agree with Vent, but I think the fact that we have such good torches and that the Brawler is going to be multi-striking, I think we're going to be okay. Do we want a 3rd Steel Enhancer? I'd much rather have a Razor Sharp Edge. Also something to be said for a Sting that does extra damage. Sharpen I don't think makes sense here. We're not doing a Wrathful build. And if we're going to have any spikes at all... No, we actually don't want to have spikes at all because of the Chaste. I think a 3rd Steel Enhancer might be okay. It's hard to say. Maybe we skip for now and hope for something better. It's also quite good to have thin decks. So we want to go Awoken banners because we really want either Awoken or Thorned Hollow. Vine Mother's also fine. Vine Mother is extra draw every turn. We put it on its own floor, and for the next little while it can tank without any problems. Let's start reducing... Do we have Permafrost? We don't have Permafrost yet. Let's start reducing damage onto restores. And let's reroll and see if we get Permafrost. We don't get Permafrost. Is a Battering Ram held over very good? Right now we can generate 40 armor. That is 160 damage on the front enemy unit. I think that doesn't make sense. I think the holdover makes sense. Maybe on a restore or maybe on a Steel Enhancer. That's just plus 15 damage and extra health every turn. And it's 0 cost. I think that's okay. I think we get a holdover Steel Enhancer. It's certainly going to help these earlier parts of the run. Later on, the value's like maybe not as amazing. Can we handle spikes? So what do we have going for us to deal with spikes? Well, we have torches. That will clear out the redirectors. For Disciple Protector, Ooh, we're going to get the Vine Mother stings, and those are going to do 13 damage. We only have to get 2 of them and a torch to kill these guys, I think. 13, 13, 5, yeah. So we only need 2 stings and a torch to kill the frontliner, which we will get by the time the first one reaches the top. And then we are going to have steel enhancers to buff up the Hornbreaker Prince. I think it's okay. Plus we get the armor. With all that in mind, I think we can handle this. We shouldn't have any leaks because we're going to do quite a lot of damage. Well, at least quite a lot of damage for the current level of difficulty we're going to be facing. So we won't get a sting now, but we will get 2 stings later. Let's see, if we play you out and then we restore you, and then I think let's greed for the collector, and we're going to do 10 damage right here. So then we only need 1 sting and a torch to kill the frontliner. There's a sting and a torch. Plus we can get some extra HP here. Play one of the welder helpers. And I think we just torch the backliner here. Or do we play the second welder helper right away? That's an interesting question. The second welder helper will mean we're probably going to get battering ram next turn. It's pretty likely. How much do we need for... we don't even need that much for battering ram. I think we save the HP on our prince here. And we just restore. Keeps him alive. No, it doesn't. He still dies to the spikes. And he's not doing any damage because of the heal. Well, okay. So there's the battering ram. Then we can sting and torch. We just need to get 1 torch on the backliner. There's a second sting. And the 2 of those. We can play you out. I mean, this doesn't really matter. Okay, so how are we doing? So far, we need to kill that backliner. So we torch him. Now the spikes are reduced, and that was enough. In fact, we could even do more. The next thing we would do is we would torch and then play the welder helper, giving us 40 extra armor, play out our 2 stings, and very solid. Cool. So we took no damage that time for extra coins. Clearly a good trade. A fledgling imp we don't want because of Seraph the Chaste. Fortify is kind of interesting. Piercing Hornbreak is kind of interesting. Seraph the Chaste does come with heavy armor frontliners. And if we put plus 10 on this, it will kill them automatically. I think that's worth it. Ooh, this is tough. Razor Sharp Edge is so good, especially when combined with Steel Enhancer. The net is plus 13 damage and minus 1 health, or plus 1 health. I think that's got to be worth it. Even though Wildwood Sap is so good, Razor Sharp Edge is really what we were looking for. It's why we didn't take that 3rd Steel Enhancer. This is an interesting question. We're going to go right path here to try to get another Awoken Hollow, or go for another attempt at an Awoken Hollow. I don't think we actually want any Hellhorn units. And then do we really need upgrades on our Vine Mother at this point? I think not. So we're going to go spell upgrades again. What we want is to reduce the cost once again of, let's do it with a Razor Sharp Edge, make that 0 cost. I don't mind having a consume remove torch, just a big strong torch. We're not going to remove consume. If we reroll, we would do a -1 and plus 10. We could not afford likely the whatever stone is here. Let's see what's in the caverns first. Copy a card 5 times. Ooh. That's interesting. I think it's got to be the 0 cost Razor Sharp Edge. The only issue now is having enough health, but luckily we have the Steel Enhancers, which should help with that. Given that we got so many of them, I'm going to save my coins for later. What we want is Permafrost, and we're absolutely going to be taking full draw here. Alright, so we're going to play you guys up top again. You're going to get a pretty big hit here. Let's just try to reduce damage as much as we can. All right, so actually starting with Steel Enhancers is good because that means we have plenty to work with. And then, man, these upgraded restores are really coming in clutch here. Now we start getting the stings. That will also help with clearing out units. We can play one of our welder helpers. Razor Sharp Edge. That should give us plenty of damage here. There's basically no way we're going to be able to kill everything, so let's do that. And, I mean, they just die, but it's probably okay just to get them out of the deck. Alright, so now we get another Steel Enhancer. And we're, oh my gosh, we're just really killing it now. 48 damage is pretty good. We can Battering Ram the front unit if we want to save health, and I think that's okay. We want to save as much armor as we possibly can. Where do we play this torch? I think we torched at the bottom still. Alright, one more. Actually, no, we don't even need a Steel Enhancer, but we can get it. Oh my gosh, we can get it. I think this is a good time. We're going to play all three. We are going to get the Welder Helper next turn. Let's torch to make room for him. And, I mean, we can put a restore somewhere. But yeah, this Brawler is like really doing work for us now. So keep increasing your health. Sting removes one of the hits. We can add more armor. At this point, I should have played it in the middle. That would have been better to get an extra hit out, but I think we're just fine. Play the Train Steward at the bottom. And we should be, I think, okay here. We have a Talos doing 7 damage. You know, we should have actually been playing them down here. We have a Prince that's doing almost 200 damage per turn. So at this point, we should have enough stats to get minimum 3 turns. So probably we're at a 4-turn kill right now because of the Disciple Protector plus the extra 25 armor. But with all of these stat buffs, I think we're actually pushing it over now. Now it's a 2-turn kill. Kill this, and now it's, yeah, we reduced 1 hit. Did I say 2 turns? 3 turns. 3 turns to kill. Not bad. Very, very solid. And this Vine Mother has actually been a decent tank so far. Oh, Wildwood Tome. That will help out a lot to conserve damage on... Yeah, so there's actually a couple good things. So one nice thing about Wildwood Tome is that it will protect the whatever tank we have from losing all of their armor. The other part that's really, really strong is against the Chased, you get the what are they called? The units that add Ember Drain. They sweep and add Ember Drain. But if you can kill them before they have a chance to hit you, then you don't take any Ember Drain. So I think Wildwood Tome here is like a no-brainer. We don't want any demons, and we will go for draw. Now, if we end up getting the Awoken Hollow, we may consider also adding 1 capacity later. There's the Awoken Hollow. Okay. We don't have any X-Cost cards, and I don't think there's any that would be that great for us. So let's go with Merchants, Guild Marker. We can remove 2 Train Stewards. And that's fantastic. So now when we do our restores on our Awoken Hollow, we're going to get even more stats onto the Prince. Which means we move the Prince and the Awoken Hollow now to the middle floor, and we relegate the Vine Mother to the top floor. You know what? No, we don't. We swap them. Because Vine Mother, we only need to get a few stings out of her to get value. And then we're okay. Like, if she dies after, like, 3 or 4 turns, it's totally fine. And Spikes now should be fine because we're going to be able to get a lot of health onto the Prince every time we restore our Hollow. Okay, I lied. We're playing on the middle floor. And we already get 2. You can see here, it's as good as basically it's 3 triggers means an additional 6 HP and damage. Razor Sharp Edge plus a restore is enough to kill both of them. And I think we're going to greed here and take the Collector. I think we're fine with HP between the 2. Because our restores add so much extra health already. Now we have Quick. It's actually debatable whether Quick is good in this situation, but we're going to play it. And Battering Ram obviously doesn't do anything right now. We really need to get Preserve onto Battering Ram. Okay, this is the scary turn. It's a turn to determine whether or not we can actually survive here. So it's because you have 3 hits. Can we bring that down? I actually think we're gonna survive. Oh no, it's... Let me think. If we go... Hornbreak. Ah, we can. We can keep it alive. Hornbreak. Torch. And then we raise a sharp edge the backliner, and it's living. He's living. Okay, so now we need... Desperately, we need a restore, and we're going to put it on the Prince to keep the Prince alive. And very similar to last time. Okay, plus the Steel Enhancer keeps... Still not living. Razor Sharp Edge and a Torch is enough. Now you're living. Okay, that was very scary there. At this point... Ooh. Give you more health. I think we still heal the frontliner. We're going to go double Razor Sharps here. Try to get as much damage as possible. We can torch and torch. And it's just going to be this guy. He's going to do a lot of damage though. So we really could use a lot of restores here. Oh, actually we're fine. I can't do math, so we're good. We can actually triple Razor Sharp Edge. Steel Enhance. Order was bad, but otherwise really strong. I mean, we're doing 300 damage per attack, so it makes sense. Okay, even more armor is great. I don't think either of these are very good. If we got Endless, it would be better. So the question is, how likely do we think we're going to get Endless? We're going to have Merchant of Steel here. If we get Endless, this becomes really strong. If we don't get Endless, it becomes really bad. Let's go for it. We can always remove it later. Ooh, Awake. Awake is also very good. It's another restore trigger, and it does a lot of health, which is quite important for the Awoken Hollow. Because if the Awoken Hollow ever gets damaged below the Prince, then she'll start enhancing or it'll start enhancing itself instead of the Prince, which is what we don't want. So we're definitely going unit upgrades here. We're thrilled to get a Channel Heart here. Or is it Split Anvil? We have a lot of zero cost stuff, and we're probably going to get even more. I think it's just better to take the Channel Heart and have the extra stings. Okay, so we certainly want extra health on the Awoken Hollow. I don't mind putting a little bit of damage on Divine Mother. And then there's the Endless for the Imp. So we got the value there. That was really good. I also don't mind... I don't really want to ever come back to a shop like this again. So I'm going to do the Rage. I'm going to do extra damage on Vine Mother and Rage onto the Awoken Hollow. A little bit of a weird thing, but we might as well use them while we have them. So plus 6 damage. This means that these guys do 8 damage. They're not too scary once we get quick on the Prince. This guy could be kind of scary. The other nice thing is that the stings will take care of a lot of these Psychophants. And then the Prince can kill the backliner pretty reliably. So I don't think we're going to end up taking a lot of damage. And if we do, we'll take damage on the Vine Mother, which is not, you know, at the end of the world. Although Vine Mother's now going to the top. It's actually really strong here. I have to actually make sure I'm torching. Oh. I think we have to torch him to make sure that he's gone. Oh, wait, no, we have the important work. But we didn't get it. And because we didn't get it, we need to do this so that we can play the Hollow. And then we do 1 restore here. And if we Razor Sharp Edge both, you know what? We just Razor Sharp Edge him. 28 by 2. This is actually a really valid question. Do we want to do 30 extra damage to you? Or do we want to get 20 extra or 10 extra damage? But then not have more damage later? The Sting might be enough to kill him. The sting plus the raw damage from the Vine Mother is enough. Okay, and now we can get even more damage. We can do quick. We can even hit this. Actually, we don't need to. Everything's dying before it has a chance to hit. So then we can just play the Welder Helper up here. Get the Train Steward out. It's going to give him a little bit of armor, but I'm not too worried at this point. We're going to get a lot of damage added very quickly. Okay, so we can import and work. Play it again. Just gave us more Ember. We can smack this guy. And Steel Enhance. This would reduce the damage. So, I mean, it makes sense. Let's reduce damage if we can. Very cool. Steel Enhancer, Restore, Restore, Razor Sharp Edge. And man, it's very easy to get a lot of damage on this guy. We're going to kill the In-Betweener. That way the Prince can kill the first two, and then we only take damage from the Quill Marksman. And we should be fine on health here. He's going to do 25 damage, but our Prince is already doing 600 damage per hit. So we really ought to get a holdover on that as well. It does mean one extra net card draw, but then we just get insane amounts of armor. Cool. Even hitting this guy with a lot of spell damage. Kind of crazy. Okay. Interesting. Branding Right's not good because we have the extra Temper Talisman damage. Last Stand's not good because we don't rage, and I don't think we need Imp in a Box either. I think this is a skip. Engraft or Pyregrow. I don't think we need Pyregrow now that we have important work. We should have no Ember problems. Plus, most of our stuff is pretty inexpensive anyway. Engraft. Engraft is pretty good because of the draw. It's now restoring 4 health, which is a little bit better. We don't really need the Ember out of it, though. But, you know, we don't have that many restore triggers. I think it's a decent one to get. We're not going to go to unit upgrades again. Let's get the Pyre health, see what's in the Concealed Caverns. I don't think we want any days. I'm not too worried about taking too much damage here. We have a lot of really strong healing right now. Okay, so first thing is we want Awake to be a little bit cheaper. Yeah. We want Holdover on Important Work. Plus 10 onto Hornbreak. That's right. We wanted it on Hornbreak so we can kill those units. I think another -1 on an Awake. And double stack doesn't really make a lot of sense here. Plus 10 on a Torch. I don't think so. I think we're going to start yeeting torches at a certain point. We get a lot of very quick damage now. And okay, so ideally the top floor is open. Okay, finally we can play on the top floor for once. And surprisingly, we can just kill this thing because of the starting armor that we get. Okay, we're gonna play you here. Gonna play an Imp to keep you alive. Double restore triggers. We don't have a lot of damage yet, which is a little bit scary. We do get a sting though. That will help. And then with the razor sharp edges, we're good. Let's save ourselves some damage here. You're actually okay for now. But after this, we may need to consider starting to... Oh, wow. Actually, we may need to consider right away. I think stinging you... we really don't want you to kill everything, but not a lot we can do there. We are going to play Awake down here to try to keep her alive a little bit longer. And that seems fine. It seems fine. And each one of these is more than compensating. Give you another trigger as well. I mean, he's already got 75 base damage. We did take 9 or 7 from that guy. Okay, quick is huge here. There is the Infinite Imp. Very strong. Double Steel Enhancers. Let me think. Where do you want to play? I think we play this here. And then this does not matter. I mean, you're already killing him in one hit. You're killing him. Yeah, we're killing everything. So let's just start doing damage to Fel. Although there's something to be said about killing the imp, getting it, and then using it twice. I maybe should have considered that. I'm going to do it now because I don't want him to get any more damage. Not that it actually doesn't matter, but it's fine. Okay, just keep stacking up the damage here and keep torching Fel. So this is what I mean when you get the double trigger here. So you play him, you import and work him, and you play him again. This is fine. You're going to be played there. There's not really a good way to do much more damage or to reduce the damage. You can break through this thing just for fun. Toss him out there. And this should be a really solid victory against Fel. No worries at all. Play that out. Razor Sharp Edge, all the healing. And just more damage onto Fel. Cool. 64, so we're going to be 1,300. He's doing right now about 450. Might as well do this for fun. Plus it gives us extra Ember. Not that we need it this turn, but it's the principle. And smack you, smack you, smack you. We're actually going to get him below 1,200. And we can get up to 185. Battering ram for 83. Got him down to 1,100. And we're doing right now 500 and what, 50 damage? 560 damage. Pretty good. I actually don't need to Unleash the Wildwood here. I think we just skip. I think we're fine. We definitely want more draw. We don't need the extra capacity because we play our armor imps to keep the Vine Mother alive. And obviously we really want the Vine Mother to be played in the middle floor if we can manage that. It's not always guaranteed. There's nothing I really want to duplicate here. So let's go left path, get more spell upgrades. We can remove 2 more Train Stewards. And -1 from another restore. Still holding out for the permafrosted battering ram. But it is resisting. Doesn't want to be. We can get another consuming torch. There's the permafrost. It's minus costs on Hornbreak. And that should be it. We don't want to upgrade too many other torches because I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of them. Fantastic. There's a spell rail spike. We can get a huge torch that then gets purged. It's great. And then we only have to get rid of 2 more torches. And now at Brawler 3, I mean, you can, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because we want the restore triggers. They buff our prince's damage and health. So certainly you could do it if you really didn't want restores. But restore is also one of the better starting cards. Actually, one of the things about Awoken is like Awoken has the best starting, like 2 of the best starting cards. So I don't usually get rid of restores. Okay, so we can play this restore here, or we can torch one of them. I think we do the restore because that ends up being 2 extra damage triggers. There's quick, restore, razor sharp, steel enhancer, steel enhancer. And then this does not do enough. Do we greed here? It'd be very, very greedy to greed here. But you know what? You're dying anyway. So let's greed. And we should be able to kill the frontliner. Again, the trade-off is that you lose the ability later on. And I enjoy so much being able to restore and get rejuvenation triggers that I typically don't do it. But I mean, I can see the case if you're worried about the early game, but in my opinion, I don't think you need to do that. I think you are just fine relying on the rejuvenation triggers and doing something else instead. So we're going to just get rid of these backliners, try to reduce damage potential here. So now we're in a weird situation where we have the imps, but the Vine Mother's already dead. Well, I think we just play them out and don't stress too much about it. Maybe we get a battering ram on the next, hit here. Can really make this one have a lot of armor. Kill you. You're doing just fine. We can also kill this other backliner. Now you're living too. And man, he is doing a lot of damage right now. He's doing 655 damage. Now an extra 20, so 675 damage. It's pretty good. Do that to reduce the damage a bit. Okay. Play you out, bring you back just to give you doesn't even give you any armor. Okay. And make sure these guys are dying. Cool. Just gonna get all the triggers rolling. And that's almost 200 damage. Base damage, it's gonna be more than that now. 215, 218, 220 base damage. Times 5, it's 1,120 damage. No, 1,100 damage. Math is a thing that I sometimes know. So we're almost killing him in one hit. Very, very solid. I don't think we need March of Shields. We have plenty of sustain. So this is interesting. I don't even know if we want Vine Mother on the same floor, though. I think we just skip. I don't think we need another engraft either. We're going to go left path here for more spell upgrades. I don't know what upgrades we want at this point. I guess minusing the cost of restores is still fine. Trinkets. Slay, for sure, over Resonant Shard. And then grant +4 armor each time it's applied is good. And I don't even mind getting some Pyre armor here. Or you know what? Let's just we're gonna remove one. You're welcome. What are you thanking me for? That you're gonna pull a fast one on me, be like, thanks for being such an idiot. No, I don't know. Let's get another free restore. And do we want to hold anything over? Yeah, I think one of our Razor Sharp edges. Let's just hold it over. It's guaranteed +50 damage onto our prince. That's pretty good. And we're set. We're good to go. I guess I could have added +10 to a restore if we wanted. Alright. So it's perfect. We get to play middle top. Would certainly be great if we weren't immediately taking damage, but, you know, that's life. I'm going to restart because I played those in the wrong order and I could have gotten another rejuvenation trigger and a draw. So you always play your engraft first, is the rule of thumb here. Silly of me. Apologize. And right now we're actually in a little bit of danger here with... okay, actually we're just fine because we got Welder Helper and Important Work. Do you need the HP? No. Take a bit of damage. Do a lot of damage. We could even blast this guy and then torch one of the backliners. Seems pretty good. Okay. Quick would be great. We don't have it yet, but we do have our Endless Imp. Unfortunately, he's not dying unless we Hornbreak him, which we might. Wow, we get a lot of rejuvenation triggers here. Man, he's already pretty thick. I think we do. Let's make sure he's dead. And then get as much damage onto you as possible. Ooh, we're going to have one Ember Drain. This is when all those 0 Ember cost stuff becomes really handy. Play Welder Helper. Bring him back. Play him again. Razor Sharp Edges. Steel Enhancer. Quick. He's killing everything like a boss. Let's hit you. And let's save some HP. Very, very solid so far. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't kill him off. Actually, we could with a Razor Sharp Edge, but I think it's not a big... it's 2 Ember Drain. Do we care about 2 Ember Drain? I don't think so. Not when we get 1 net Ember for just playing the Welder Helper. I think we're okay to not. Let's give you extra. Give you extra even more. Now we're not taking any damage. And just hit you. Okay. So we Important Work. And I think we do play him again. Because we have a handful of 0 cost spells. I think at this point, does it even matter where we play the stings? Probably not. Everything's going to be dying anyway. Guess we could try to kill this guy. Loving this 9 draw per turn. Oh, we actually kill him! Look at that! Amazing. Play you out. You are living. Let's Hornbreak you so we get a double play you next time. And just really stack up. We're at 225, 227. It's going to be 229 by the end of the turn. A lot of damage we got going here. Play you. Bring you back. Play you again. We can smack this guy for value. Get you... 250, so now we're doing 260, 1,300 damage. Quick. Which on Seraph right now means 3 hits. Do this. Try to get through as much of these guys as we can right now. 293. It's going to be 295 by the end. And at 3 hits, it's 1,500. I don't think we're going to be able to get enough to get a 2-hit kill here. But it is very, very close. Razor Sharp, Razor Sharp. Sting, another Razor Sharp. We're now doing 1,200. No. For 2,000. No. 340. What's 340? 1,500. 1,700. Oh, actually, it is 2 hits. Oh, no, it was 3. It was 3 hits. Okay, so that's Brawler. That's Brawler with Awoken Hollow. A very, very solid build. Just completely stacking up all of the damage that you can due to the Cultivate trigger, as well as the Razor Sharp Edges, Steel Enhancers. Really good, I think, showcase of how to play Brawler and how to do Awoken. The other one is the Angriest Prince build. You get spikes instead. But you can see that with my builds to make Seraph cry. So we'll move on. Next up is Stygian Guard. So with Stygian Guard, again, you can go 2 different routes. You typically don't want to go with Brawler because you don't really have good stat buffs. You have the Rage from Hellhorn, but that's it. And typically getting lots of damage in AoE is not hard with Stygian. So what I like to do with Stygian is either go Reaper, because with Reaper you can get a lot of armor still onto the Reaper, and play him with like a bunch of incanters or with some heavy tanks. And Stygian Guard has some of the best tanks in the game, so that can be quite strong. Or you go Wrathful, is also very good. You have Wrathful with units behind that can clear the rest. So we're going to look at what we get as our starting cards. What we hope for, I mean, obviously Guardian Stone is going to be very good no matter what we take. But then if we feel like we're going to get how to max my final score, I have a video on that. So I mean, with Covenant 25, you don't really need to worry about it. But if you're doing deck daily challenges, or if you're going to participate in a tournament, watching my video on how to get top 10 in the daily challenge will help out a lot. I don't want to go through it here because I think it's a very different kind of way to play. Here, I just want to focus on how do you win Covenant 25. But maybe during the tournament, we can talk about that a little bit on Saturday. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be looking for Guardian Stones, quite good. Offering Monuments, quite good. And then depending on whether we get a, so if we go with Wrathful, we're going to want damage dealers behind. If we go with Reaper, we're going to want big tanks. Between Frozen Lance and Foregone Power, I think in almost every case, Frozen Lance is better because you can play more spells. And I mean, the nice thing about Foregone Power is that you can sometimes kill frontliners before they reach the top. But like with Wrathful, you don't want that. You don't want them to die before they reach your Wrathful Prince. So we're going to go with Frozen Lances with this build. Okay, we get Welder Helper already. That's really good for both Wrathful and for Reaper. Offering Token, Rage is going to be better with Wrathful. And with Seraph the Diligent, I also really like Wrathful. So this seems like an Angriest Prince build in the making. But let's see what other artifacts and spells we get. Okay, with Resonant Shard, and I'm going to take the Resonant Shard. Let's get Reaper, or Wrathful, sorry, with Wrathful. This seems like a very, very solid Wrathful build. We already have extra damage from the Rage. So this seems very, very solid. Units enter with armor 10. So we have to be able to get 50 damage. How much rage is that? We need to get 35 extra damage. That's 12 rage. So we have to trigger at least 4 before he gets to the top. So that's 4 self-torches plus the 2 that wear off. So 5. 5 self-torches or damage on the apprentice before he reaches the top floor. I think that's manageable. It's pretty tight, though. It's pretty tight. We're going to play the imps behind as well. Okay, so we're going to do this, and this is all about self-torching. We have to self-torch to get enough damage to kill the Apprentice of Light. And I'm not going to play this because it might actually get rid of something good. We really need an imp to show up ahead of time. Oh, this is awesome. He's going to get a trigger just from the collector. Certainly what you want to see. Okay, so we're at 37. So we're pretty dang close here. We only need to self-torch once, and then we're good. And we get the double welder helpers. Okay, so the self-torch is enough to kill him. Let's froze. Oh, we can't Frozen Lance here. That guy's going to do no damage to our pyre. With the extra rage from the Rage Serum. And I mean, there's no way we're killing the Foot Soldier, so we're going to take 5 damage. But that should be all we take. This guy, I mean, he's got a lot of... Ooh, wait a minute. No, we can't get any... We're not going to be able to torch this guy to death. It's going to be way too many. So we're just going to torch him some more, get him some more damage. Frozen Lance you, play a Train Steward in the middle floor. Okay, so we take the 5 damage, and that should be it, because we're going to have so much extra damage coming in here. Now we got to think about the damage threshold here. They're doing 10 damage per attack, and we have 64, so we can torch 1 time, and it won't make a difference with how much damage we're taking. Let's do a Frozen Lance then, and we should be just fine. That's going to be 5 hits, and we're doing 63 damage per hit. That's going to increase as it continues. Very solid. Very, very, very solid. 5 damage is not bad at all. This is interesting. Ritual Battle is obviously very, very good. Important Work is also very good if we go with more imps. Or if we get Endless on one of the Welder Helpers. We just saw that, right? It's really, really strong. And having Endless units is very good against Diligent. I think we get enough Rage. I think we're going to be able to scale up Rage fast enough with the Resonant Shard. Ooh, Crypt Builder. Crypt Builder is very interesting. I think given that we have an offering token, it's worth it. And then we need a backliner. This is a decent backliner. Ooh, or Sweep. I was talking about that. You need something that's going to be able to do a lot of damage to the back line. And Sweep is that. I think we go with the Silo Fight. So we're going to go all in on Wrathful. We're probably not going to mix in any Brawler because we don't need to with Seraph the Diligent. They don't do enough damage. And then all we need is 10 damage. Let's see what we have for upgrade paths. So multi-strike and 10 damage. We have it from the very beginning. Now, Diligent comes with a couple sweep units, so we have to think about how we're going to deal with the sweep units. But for now, this seems very, very solid. We might need to get some armor application for the Icy Silo Fight. I think we're okay here. I don't know what draft unit we're going to take. Maybe we would take an Offering Totem. I don't know. So let's play top floor. Give ourselves plenty of time. There's no need to rush. We'll do a Self-Torch. They're going to be doing 15 damage. So we do need to get a Welder Helper. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. We can greed here and torch that. We might need to self-torch here. You're at 24 damage. We need to get an extra 20 damage here. So Rage Serum gets us to 30. And then Important Work to get more armor. And then I think this gets us enough that he's... Okay, so now he's losing 10. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I was debating all morning whether I was going to do it, and finally decided it was worth it. This is good. This is looking really solid. We can kill you ahead of time to reduce some damage. Produce some damage. Doesn't make any sense. I'm going to go with this because I would love to get a torch instead. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, the pain of playing that on a floor that was empty. All right, so how do we think we're going to do here? 22 damage plus the damage we're going to get on the Hornbreaker Prince. Let's split you guys out just to do a little bit of damage here. Okay, get rid of you. Hit ya. This is 74 damage. No, more than that. Because he's going to get rage every hit. 8 hits. He's got 34 effective health. That means 5 hits before he dies. 4, yeah, he's already killing it. 4 times 200, or 4 times 5 is more than that, so we're good. Even torch this guy. Cool. Very, very excellent. The third Welder Helper is a very interesting question. It's probably fine. I don't think we need any of this. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to do a 2-floor setup. And we're going to put all the armor onto... Well, we're going to split them. We're going to split them between the imps between both floors. She's going to have her own floor where she does her own thing. And then these guys are going to be our brothers in crime. Because that means now Rage is going to scale just insanely quickly. We do not need a Stygian banner here. Yeah, Railhammer's great. Railhammer's amazing. We want, so here when you're looking at draft picks, Umbra would be Trample. Awoken could be, Umbra could be Trample, could be Furnace Tap. Awoken could be Regen, could be Quick. And it's just a question of what do we think is more valuable. I mean, Trample would be huge. We didn't get it. Shroud Spike, we just automatically ignore. And Blazing Bolts, I don't think fits either. I think we're just going to take the money here. Dang. Trample would have been huge. Quick would have been huge. Those would be the two, but we took a gamble. And we're not even guaranteed to get Quick if we go with the Awoken one, so. Melting Remnant wasn't even in the cards. There's no good Melting Remnant ones for this type of build. Despot's Game. Okay. Let me already search for it on Steam. And I'll take a look at it. Interesting. Okay, I'll look at it later. Thanks for the tip. We're gonna go Prince here. So he's gonna take. Well, we're gonna kill some of them. We don't need to. We need to self-torch here. We need to use torches to clear out units. You are surviving. You're gonna be a tank for our sweep unit here. And again, torch saves us some HP. Rage serum. And now with the plus, this is now, Rage does +6 per stack. So a little bit of Rage goes a long way with damage now. Okay, get some armor. Get some armor. Frozen Lances are not going to do it. Oh, the days. Why you got to be that way? Sweep should still kill all of them, though. And man, you're just going to get real thick here. Torch. And then Frozen Lance kills all of them. She's going to have a lot of spell weakness, which is pretty good. I think it's a torch down here again. I don't think the spell weakness will become relevant. It's literally only relevant if we get the... Ooh, that's pretty good. Do we save the damage here? Well, we want to kill you, so that's going to happen. And we want this guy to come up to the next floor. So that's how we're playing it. Very cool. I guess... just smack him. Cool. And we should be totally fine here. We're doing 147. Yeah, we're good. We're only getting hit twice. Oh, no, we're getting hit 4 times, but then we're gaining 14 armor. Dark Deal is great. Reinforce is also very good. The question is, what do we think is more important, the damage or the sustain? The nice thing right now is because of our Railhammer artifact, we could go Brawler and mix in a Brawler. But the fact that we have a sweep unit kind of disincentivizes me from going Brawler. Let's not go Brawler, and let's go Reinforce. We'll get Permafrost on it, and then we get all the sustain. I think damage is not the problem here. So, this is interesting. I actually think Guard of the Unnamed is a really solid unit to pair with the sweep unit. So they take care of everything that leaks past the front line, and all we have to worry about is that the Prince can kill the frontliner. And with it's plus 6 damage per rage, I think we should be just fine. What are we getting later? Unit upgrades, spell upgrades, unit upgrades, and then we have both. I think we're going to start with unit upgrades. We're not going to take this, whatever it is. Steelworkers is quite a bit better with Railhammer, but it's fine. There's Endless on a Welder Helper. Incant Armor on Guard of the Unnamed or Deranged Brute? Probably Guard of the Unnamed. Man, that's so huge. 13 armor per spell. Nuts, man. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Let's get a little bit more damage on the Guard of the Unnamed. And we'll get some generic stats also onto the Deranged Brute. I mean, that's fine. Give him armor. Give him some damage. It doesn't really matter. I think we have the run set now. And as much as I think Brawler would be good, it's a difference in 5 armor. But this means he's very likely to get multiple kills. I think we take it. I think with the Railhammer, it's worth taking it. I know I said we weren't going to take Brawler, but I think it's okay. Plus 6 damage here should be just fine, and the boss is a very easy one. We could even potentially play on the bottom floor immediately. We're going to get plus, let's see, plus 12, plus 12. That's already enough to kill both of them. So we don't even put the Welder Helpers on that floor. Man, that's insane. All right, play you out. Okay. Fine by me, game. Oh, there's that. Well, too bad. Incant. Okay. Playing this at this point, it's honestly, it's even okay. 51. I mean, he's going to have enough to kill both the front two, and then you're doing the 20. I think we just play a bunch of spells here. Torch him. He's already got 100 armor. Even this floor would be able to kill the boss at this point. So we're going to do this. Torch you. This. Rage. Play this. Get rid of these fools. And smack ya. My goodness. Completely wrecking them. Inflame. Certainly better with the plus armor here. We make it free. It's fine. Let's take it. Urchin Spines is not that great. Preserve's kind of interesting. We would preserve the Reinforce. And we could also preserve the Important Work. I think that's okay. If we get it, I mean, we have to get it ahead of the Important Work, but we have no more units to upgrade. We've already upgraded all of our units. So we'll go right path here. And Token of a Trader is not really that great. How many consume spells do we have? I think it's just the one right now. To get Pyre Health, I think we just take the money. And what to duplicate? That is a good question. What to duplicate here? I think we can dupe the Inflame. And then later on, we can minus the cost of both of them. I think we're fine with armor here. 1 health is 15 health. It doesn't really matter. We can already start with them on the bottom floor. It's just a matter of, are we going to get enough damage to kill the overcharged tank? It's a little debatable. I think we do it like this. Play you up top. Give you all the damage right now. And if we can kill this front unit, we really can't, unfortunately. Play that. He's going to get an extra 4 rage, which represents an extra 24 damage. Still do this. We need to make sure that we're killing the overcharged tank. And we're not going to be killing this big dude, unfortunately. So we play you. Play you. Give you extra rage. Now we're killing everything. 2 damage does not really make a difference. 6 damage also doesn't really make a difference, but we might as well play it. And we're going to take some pyre damage here. 3 hits. Not bad. 30 damage for that, but now we're fine for the rest of the run. Play you, get the endless one out, and play a spell. Cool. We can already reinforce if we want. Let's torch. Play the imp or welder helper. Permafrost, the reinforce. How are we doing up top? Woof, not great. If we inflame, it's a bit better. 52 damage. Take 16, not bad. And they're both living. That's kind of hilarious. We could double his armor. Cool. So we need a lot of spell upgrades. We need our spells to be a lot cheaper. Impressive. I don't think it's necessary. Titan's Tooth. I think we skip that as well. Backliners is not the problem. The problem is getting enough damage to kill a bunch of units and then kill a backliner. So do we swap the floors in that case? I don't think so. I think we still want the prince to go as we have been. Definitely want spell upgrades here. Trinkets would have also been pretty good. There's a couple trinkets that would still be really good, but I think this is still very important. Permafrost onto reinforce naturally is quite good. Plus 10 onto a crypt builder is really good. -1 onto another inflame. Holdover on an inflame is really strong. And I guess consume on a frozen lance is also okay. So we basically got every upgrade we could get. And I think our deck is a lot better now. Being able to consistently add more rage and armor is going to be really valuable. So we cannot currently get through all of this, so we're going to play like so. And then do we want this extra rage? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to need it. 2 hits is going to go a long way. That's going to be 24 extra damage. Plus if we can self-torch at all. So 1 self-torch. 2 self-torch. Offering token. Into important... Well, I should have actually got rid of the other thing instead. And die, I guess. Sorry. They're going to be able to kill everything. And then after that, he should start getting enough damage to kill most things. Okay. Ooh, this is scary. Luckily, we can double armor. Which we are absolutely going to need to do. Is it enough even still? It's actually not enough damage. Can we kill using the second floor? Well, we're going to try. Keep you around until next turn. Yep, we are going to try. I think just torching you, saving... Oh, but it's so much damage to our pyre. Ah, oh, still going to take 17 pyre damage. 1 HP! Oh, brutal. Give you more damage. You're killing both of them. That's really good. We can give you some armor just to have you stick around for a while and just play more spells. And I think we might actually still be able to win here. We're going to get a lot of rage and armor on this dude. I mean, this is already looking pretty good. So we can smack this guy, getting rid of all of his damage. And suddenly it's like looking really solid. Let's kill you. Not to mention all of the spell weakness on this guy. If we can somehow hit him with an anvil, like, we would be in really good shape. I'm going to keep this in hand. Anvil. Not yet. There's a decent chance of getting it with all the offerings and so on. Play you out. And anvil? Maybe? No, we're going to get the imp again. But we're still looking really solid. Wow. Look at that. 341 armor and an 83 by 2 Icy Silophyte. Wow. Losing the Prince and still being able to finish it. This is a really consistent build here. So there's Dark Deal again. We just saw how scary it can be, though, right? Like, but with Seraph the Diligent, the enemies don't do a lot of damage early on, so I think we can afford a Dark Deal here. And then more draw, and we need to upgrade a lot of our spells some more. Possibly start removing things as well. I think we still have like all of our Train Stewards. Let's make this Enflame free. And get another Purging Frozen Lance. And let's start yeeting Train Stewards. What are we going to end up with? We're going to go this pass. We're going to be able to get rid of 2. So let's just get rid of 2 of them. And then we can get rid of the last 2 on the 8th ring. Reroll here. Oh, double stack, man. I kind of wish we had the Enflame still now. But it's okay. Let's minus the cost of Reinforce. And... oh, wait. No, let's add 10 more damage to Crypt Builder. Oh, we can double stack Dark Deal. Yes. Then later minus 1 to it as well. Very cool. I don't really love any of this. We'll take this one. It's probably... ooh. Okay. Alloy of the Ancients is great. 29 armor that we can play on whoever you want. It's really strong. And we're going to go Wrathful too. We need more armor gain per kill. Yeah, Spell Shield's not a concern. I am concerned about the Ember Drain because we don't have lots of Ember to work with. So, let's go you. And we can try to get rid of his shield, but I think it's just better to... I don't want to play a Train Steward, though. Yeah, we just get rid of it. I guess we could have played it here to get armor. Might not have been a bad idea. There's a Welder Helper. Welder Helper will die. If we self-torch, we have to double self-torch in order to kill him. But then we kill both things. We're going to have a little bit of Ember Drain, though. Okay. More Rage. Free Inflame. This is this is like the best turn to get Ember Drain, so not upset at all. Let's start stacking up you. Oh, Dark Deal. It's okay. It's okay. We don't need it. Let's Inflame. Alloy of the Ancients. We can preserve the Welder Helper for later. And then, I mean, he's already had enough damage. But, I mean, we might as well self-torch. We're getting so much armor at this point, it doesn't really matter. Okay. This is important. Oh, wait, hold on. Dang it. I could have played Welder Helper and then important work. My bad. Well, luckily, we're just killing things. Although, you're now living. There's not really a solid way to kill you either. We can give you Rage. Doing 62 damage. Double torches, so that in the chance we will probably get Crypt Builder. No, it's guaranteed. So we will be able to kill him with a Crypt Builder now. Very cool. Smack. Inflame here. Very, very easy win on the boss here. Cool. Yeah, we can't quite get to a damage threshold. Which would be one hit kill. I think we're good. We don't need any of this. And similar here. We're in a really good shape here. Like, this is about as good as you can get from a Wrathful build. Let's remove the other two Train Stewards. We can see if we get Rage does not decay. Or starting Rage. Unbroken Horn is pretty good. I think we'll take that. We'll take Wing Clippings, and then we'll reduce spell costs. We want Dark Deal to be free. I don't really think we need double stack here. And then I think we get another Consuming Frozen Lance. Reduce the cost of a torch, I guess. Sure. Cool. Very, very... Oh. Dupe. Dupe the Dark Deal. Should be a relatively straightforward fight here. So with the Prince taking 3 hits, that is 18 damage per hit. Inflame, plus a Welder Helper. Now you're living. The self-torch doesn't quite get us good enough. You can do it for sure. Like, absolutely you can do that. And I've done it before. I even mentioned it in my intro to the builds. You can certainly do that. Oh my gosh. Now we should be good. We have plenty of damage now. And they're killing everything here. 1, 2, and then this gives us enough armor that he lives. But we need to start thinking about playing spells up top to keep the guys alive. How much damage do you do? Okay, you're fine. We need to play spells here. So, Welder Helper. Frozen Lance. 1 Dark Deal. And then I'm like, we can save 15 health here. Or we can, we can stack on this guy. Get him to do more damage. Why not? Like, the Prince doesn't need it. The Prince is going to kill everything. But if we can make sure that nothing is surviving apart from that, I mean, why not, right? Okay. I think we consume a free torch here. I'm going to torch that guy. It got preserved anyway. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Torch you. And then... probably just play this to get more armor somewhere. Guess on him. We shouldn't have any more leaks for the rest of the run. I think it's the torch. So we torch you. And then we're going to import and work to get him back. We can Frozen Lance. Inflame. And then we might as well wreck this guy up here. Why does this consume? Oh, because it already had consumed before? Very weird. I did not know about that interaction. But... okay, so after, I think, this turn... let me think. We're going to play this. 1, 2... we can play this guy out here. We're killing everything here. That's very good news. We don't want to preserve anything. And now that we're here, we go Rage Serum. I mean, we're killing him, so we're good. But we can really go all out here. Dark Deal. Let's reinforce first. Dark Deal. We're killing it. 381 armor on him. 139 armor on him, 679 base damage with 109 rage. Really solid. Cool. So that's the Angriest Prince build. Spikes is like the ultimate Angriest Prince build, but this actually ended up working very, very well. And the fact that we could do that fell fight and even lose our Prince and still be fine just kind of shows how strong these kind of builds can get. Also demonstrates why it's important to get a second floor. I often don't do that. I often, with the Angriest Prince builds, just go single floor. But there was a lot of value in having a second floor. Cool. All right, next up is Umbra. So with Umbra, I really like Reaper. I think Reaper is the best. You try to get a large capacity. You fit a Gorger up front. And ideally you get something like Shadow Eater. You get Mind Jacks or Space Prisms or a Crucible Extension, so you can get enough units that you can play Morsels to get AoE, and then your Prince is killing the frontliners. So that's what we're going to try to do. You can also do Brawler if you get like Morsel Miners consistently, but it's a little bit weird because he's not a very good tank. You can also do Wrathful, but again, it's not that great. You basically have to do everything within Hellhorn. You just don't take any Umbra stuff. But ideally we go Reaper here, and then we get a good solid frontliner for him. Let's see how it goes. The other nice thing about going with Reaper is that then you can do Furnace Tap and get him to multi-strike, which is really good with Reaper. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Both of these are so good. Oh, I think it's Gurg's Goad. And then we actually get demons. So that's one thing to think about, is Gurg's Goad enables all demons that you're going to pick for the rest of the run. What's going to be scary is Seraph the Patient and whether we can get enough... ooh, no, given Seraph the Patient, demons are really bad against Seraph the Patient because they just don't have enough health and armor. We're going to go on Broken Horn here. It's very controversial because Gurg's Goad is so good, but I just don't think we can afford to take demons in this build. Not with Seraph the Patient. It's too much damage. We got Reaper, though. That's what we wanted. So first round's going to be a little bit awkward, but we do have March of Shields. So that's actually lending itself pretty well. We have 25 base health. We need to be able to do... you know what we can also do is bring one of these forward to kill it and just not worry about the Forged Disciples. I think that's okay. Okay. So we want the Prince. And we're going to play all 3 spells. And we're going to try, best we can, to knock this guy... oh man, that he gets just heals it right away. We can pick you off. Packed morsels. We want all the damage. And then play you with these. 33 damage is not quite enough. It's not really what you want to see, but we can get a little bit more. Train steward, train steward. I'm thinking it's just rubble morsel. All right, well, we didn't get yet enough damage. What are we at? Ooh, puts him at 27. I guess we do this. Keeps the prince alive, or not the prince, keeps the train steward alive. Let's go damage shield here. These morsels down here are really strong. If we can get another rubble, I think we just block with the rubble. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If we play it in the back, we might as well get the extra damage here. And then I guess we just hit the boss. We're only doing 33 damage with the prince. That's not really what you want to see. But we also haven't taken a lot of damage from the boss. Okay, now we're doing a little bit better. What do we get out of this? Magma's not very great. In fact, it's just better to block a hit. Let's pierce the backliner so we take an extra 5 damage. So it's basically like doing 5 damage to the boss. And we might be okay here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 hits is 120. We're good. We're actually going to be just fine here. And we took 4 damage. Not bad at all. Cool. Alright, so we're looking for a really strong Gorger here. We don't want Ritual of Battle. We don't want Fortify. We want Damage Shield and Space Prism. Oh! We have the chance at both. I think the Space Prism's too important. We're not going to take any demons. So what we want now is we want Shadow Eater or Crucible Warden. Collector's not what we want, so we're going to take Morsel Master here first. Removing Consume would be really good. But given that we can't do that yet, we'll just make March of Shields -1. And +10 to a Hornbreak. Do we want to double stack March of Shields? 20 armor is like no joke. I think we do it. Spikes is fine. As long as we can play the armor onto the Prince before the spikes get here, we're okay. So we're going to go Prince, Morsel Master, and Double Torch. And then we just need to get enough damage to kill this guy. So, yeah, damage. Although, this is also damage, and it's less dangerous damage, certainly. So let's play it like this. You don't get damage shield. You do gain more damage, though. We can't afford that. We're going to double torch down here as well. Luckily, oh wait, we are killing it. So that's going to be 35. It's going to be enough. We're going to have enough. Fantastic. Okay. We need damage shield or HP. I think HP makes sense here. And you can block the hit, and then you can get behind. And we're not going to torch. We'll play the train steward at the bottom. Okay. Alright, March of Shields is huge. It's exactly what we needed. We need a really good... Okay, lifesteal should be okay. Give ourselves extra damage there. Or extra ember, sorry. And how are we doing? Okay, we can do this. This means that if we get 2 Shade Splitters next turn, we can use both of them. We're using Reaper, yeah. Reaver, no, not Reaver. Reaper! But close. I should have done that differently. I could have done the 15 damage to the priest. But I think we're good here. He's going to hit us... Yeah, we're good. Especially if you get March of Shields. Very, very solid. We still don't have the tank we're looking for, but it's going okay. Vent is pretty good AoE. We'll take it in the off chance that we don't end up getting a better... Okay, there's another Space Prism. We'll get in the event that we don't get a better version, a better way to do AoE. Man. Okay, here's another Umbra opportunity. We will go right path here for the artifact. Pyre Wall. Fantastic. Yeah, these demons are not good. Interesting. Do we want rail spikes? I don't think we want colony here. So do we want rail spikes? I don't think so. I think we leave. I mean, rail spikes can be really good, but this doesn't seem like the build for them. Okay, here we go. This is pushback. But the nice thing is that we can always put whatever unit we want up front again with our armor spell. Let's avoid damage here. And play the Prince. Play the Morsel Master up. Ooh. Rail Spikes is you targeted damage a unit. And so it does target damage on a unit. And then if it kills it, you get another Rail Spikes. And it's an X by 10. So every Ember you spend gets 10 damage. And then after you get 4 of them, you get plus 10 base damage. So it always does 10 damage. And then in addition might do even more. If Talos goes to the middle floor, we're screwed if this guy lives. So, what do we do here? I think we do this, we torch. We need 2 more torches, or we need armor. Okay, she did go down, but we do get our 2 more torches. Which now the Prince is living. He's barely living, but he is living. Let's go with more health. And we're going to do something like this. And man, not getting a Space Prism so far is certainly not great. So now we have the wrong order here. But it does mean we could potentially get a kill. No, we can't. Not even on you. Well, if we put a Train Steward up front, that helps a little bit. You're just going to die. What do we want to do here? Well, we're going to incant, get this. This helps. And I think we just pick off the backliner again. We're going to take 2 damage. Is this Train Steward doing enough? He's currently not. Let's bring you back. Well, maybe this is okay. Let's see what we get out of this. Okay. I think we can keep the Prince back here and it's okay. Man, just the damages on these things were just really really awkward. We're going to take another 3 damage here. 4 damage. Okay. Now the Prince is finally getting a kill, but it's not really at the time we wanted. Oh, that's true. We do have Pyre Armor. You're totally right. I'd forgotten about that. Good catch. That seems pretty good. Play you up top. I think we vent here. We can also play a Space Prism up top. Okay, Prince is back up front. We just need to get that armor again. How we doing? Does this just kill everything? I don't think it does. This would then get killed by the backliner. Let's, let's just vent. Just do the vent. So we only take 2 damage. This is scary. We need armor right now. We didn't get it. Crap. So we're going to put you there. Block. That's 2 more hits. But we are in trouble. We have to restart. Wow. How awful was that? I guess we play top floor and we just take the hit with the Morsel Master. In fact, that makes more sense anyway. I don't know why we were thinking of doing it differently than that. That just makes way more sense. Right from the get-go. Play these guys out just for fun. And then smack ya, smack ya. Yeah, that's so much better. And there's a good chance we're actually killing this frontliner now. We have to kill you. We can play 2 of you in the back. Play a 3rd one up front. So that's going to put him at... Yeah, we're good. We're doing 37 exact damage. That's amazing. And now we're just killing it. Okay, where do we want to put the train stewards? Well, let's start with this. Okay, we get armor. It's like whatever. Pick you off. And then I think we play a train steward. Oh crap, we can't fit one now. I'm a fool. Now we can fit one. Ooh boy, this is scary. 20 armor is enough. We do want extra capacity, although it does mean that guy's going to do extra damage to us. And then torch you. Okay. Okay, that's not good, obviously. Let's play a train steward. Play you. Vent for 6 here. And then add another space prism. Okay. Now, train steward should die. That's what we're going for here. We can put another shade splitter. So with the excavators, it's going to be huge. We can kill you. Play 2 train stewards out. And he's going to heal back to full health, which is, I mean, it's not a lot of health. So he's not going to have a lot of health going into the final fight. But we can do a lot of shade splitters now. And we just need extra health and damage shield. That's like the perfect setup. Block a hit with you. Very cool. So now we're going to have 20. And we're doing 87 damage with the Prince. We did it. That was really close, though. That was really, really close. We could also have blocked 1 hit with one of these. Cool. So yeah, we should have just played on the top floor. It didn't make sense to play it how we did it. Aloe of the Ancients, the armor could be valuable. We're still just like... I don't know where our dude is. We need a... We don't want a construct. It's too weak. Scary stuff, guys. We're not getting the cards we need. All right, here we go. Here's our last chance. We need Shadow Eater or Crucible Warden. Crucible Warden coming in clutch. So the reason why we need Crucible Warden is Crucible Warden gets damage shield. And the damage shield becomes extremely important. We're going to put this on you already. He doesn't really need a lot of damage, but we will put some damage onto the Morsel Master. Multi-strike... I think onto the Morsel Master makes more sense. Although no, he's gonna get stronger. We'll do it on him. Give you damage shield as well, just in case. And that was a lot of really strong upgrades there. So the only issue right now is playing all of them completely fills up the floor until we get a Space Prism. So we will be taking Capacity as our next upgrade. We'll take Capacity with the intention to... Ooh, Spikes is kind of scary. For an artifact... How much do we need an artifact? I mean, it's fine once we get armor. There's a pretty good chance we get the armor in time. And even if we don't, we might be okay. Although we're going to lose damage shield pretty quick onto our Warden because of the multi-strike. Okay, so we're playing middle floor. And I think we do this and this. We just prevent all damage. The new XP. What's the new XP? Hey, Jim. Welcome. It is working. And let's give you 20 armor. Oh, have I seen the new expansion? Yeah, absolutely. I played it a ton. I disappeared for a second. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. All right. So we need Space Prism so that we can start placing morsels. Vent here seems really strong. I do wish we'd had one more Ember to do the vent, but it's fine. Yeah, we're getting lots of really strong kills here. Another Space Prism honestly doesn't really make a lot of sense, but we're going to do it anyway. You don't need lifesteal, you just need more damage shield. Torch. Torch. And play everybody up here. We'll play these guys for a Train Steward. We're just going to let this guy die. Cool. Again, what do we get? So now it's a question. I think we still want the damage shield. We need to double torch you. And then we need this guy up top to kill him off. We don't need him. Like, it's fine. We're doing plenty of damage here. But if we can do it, we should. These backliners. Super annoying. Cool. How are we doing? We're killing him. Cool. We can even just vent if we want. Let's get rid of these and pick you off. Cool. Very solid. Hey, there we go. Branding right. Branding right's kind of interesting. You can play it once on the Prince, but then you can keep playing it on the Crucible Warden and you won't actually lose damage shield for it. And you can play it on him a few times. You can also play it on the Morsel Master once before. So that's actually not bad. I don't mind it. And then you can always use it offensively if you're really, you know, in a tough spot. I like Engine Upgrade. We can play it on a different floor. And this all seems very good. Unit upgrades, we are maxed. So let's go spell upgrades, plus we want the money anyway. Ooh, yeah, Hell's Banners. I mean, that basically gets rid of all of our Ember issues for the rest of the game. Not that we had any, but you play 2 morsels in your set. I feel like we don't need a minus cost on stuff at this point. Plus 10 on Vent. I don't know that we need to Permafrost. I guess we can minus cost on the branding, right? Maybe we double stack it later. Spell Shield. How valuable is Spell Shield for us? Well, we have 2 piercing spells. We have 3 piercing spells. The torches aren't going to do a lot of damage anyway. The vent becomes less valuable. That's the biggest problem. But I think we're good. Between the double multi-strike and the Hornbreaker Prince's damage, I think we're okay. Now, just got to remember, you got to put Morsel Master behind the Prince so that the Morsel Master kills everything that the Prince doesn't kill. We're going to play top floor. It's actually decent if we get health. Okay, we got Ember. We're going to have a lot of Ember next turn, guys. Which is certainly what we need. Okay, we get you up front. We can't currently play any morsels, but that will change. Let's go. Let's branding right the Prince first. Kill one of them. We can block. What do we want you to get? Actually, we can't. We have to block with 2 things. And the Prince is killing the Collector. That's perfect. Let's try to get to the point where this guy will die. I'm really nervous about this overcharged tank. That's why we're not going to play the Morsel Miner yet. Okay, we need Space Prism. Did not get it yet. Let's decrease capacity here. Let's do that. Now you're living. We can put 2 morsels behind you. Let's do HP morsels. Start torching some of these guys. Get a couple morsels out there. Okay, now we are guaranteed to get Space Prism. The problem is we're not doing enough damage. So we're playing this, I think. Let's see. I don't know that we need it. We have so much damage shield we're going to be getting now. I think we might be okay. We have no way of doing more damage to this guy. Bringing him to the front. If we bring him to the front, he dies. That's actually hilarious. We do 170 damage. No, sorry. We do 110 damage. So we Hornbreak him, bring him to the front. 120. Oh, it's not quite enough, but still. Yeah, the vent doesn't do anything though because they all have damage shield. We're gonna do it like this though. We're gonna no, we're gonna torch vent. But we don't take any pyre damage, and that's the important thing. Okay, so we want armor onto you. More space. And we want... Okay, rebel morsels it is. All the ember we've never needed. But we should be absolutely fine here. Okay, this boss is a little bit tough, but we can branding right to give ourselves a little bit more breathing room here. Torching the front unit still allows the prince to get the kill. And we want to try to kill the backliners. So that means... Oh, Shade Splitter. Don't want to forget that. And then torch, vent. Okay, we only need 2 spells to kill the backliner here. Morsel Miner coming in clutch. Good time. We can pierce you, double stack you, and I think we should be just fine now. We're doing, let's count, 20, now we're going to get an extra 10. So 60, 150, 170. That's 5 hits. He's going to get through damage shield after on the 3rd hit. And then we can survive 50 damage. So we're good. Yeah, we can even branding right. Torch. We can get 2 more. I mean, we were solid here. Very cool. And the prince can survive 1 hit actually. For another 130 damage or whatever. A second branding right's too much. Rage is kind of interesting. We don't need Tiresome Climb because we're going to be using damage shield to block Seraph. So we just skip. Void Binding. I don't think it's as good as just Gem Trove. Gem Trove gives them all damage shield. And we can almost consistently play it because of all the Ember we're generating. Let's go removal and more money and a trinket. What are we looking for here? First unit gets damage shield would be huge. Morsels gain damage shield is also not bad. Yeah, I'll take that. This means that we can play the morsels to block hits, which could be relevant in some of the turns. Incanting spells is not too big of a deal for us because a lot of the time we can play spells kind of however we want. We don't need to necessarily play them in the front. Let's go with damage. And we can torch just as our finishing turn. Okay, so we have to get... We're doing 90 in the front. 90 in the front means that we need to get 15 extra damage. That's the 1 piercing spell should do it. This is if things are dying. Currently nothing is dying. That's really good news for us. And we get Space Prism here, which is huge, which means we can play Gem Trove. Which also hilariously means that we can play a bunch of these dudes here if we want. This is with incants. Let's do this. Play this. And we're good now. We have enough damage to kill him with the prince. Where do we want to put these guys? I'm okay with 1 up here. Probably the HP morsel. We can play these 2 down at the bottom. Okay. Looking very good. Spells, we don't need to play spells there. Let's decrease capacity already on this floor that's already, well, let's do it here. We're going to block the hit with these. And I'm going to self-torch because this is going to give him more damage, and he's a sweeper. We want to avoid getting him as much damage as possible. The nice thing is that they all have damage shield, so it's actually not as critical as it normally would be, but and again, just reduce damage. The fewer hits, the better. Okay, there's another. We're still, let's see, we're doing 48, 118. So we can't do another spell here, or we don't kill him with the prince. So we're going to play it elsewhere. Torch you. Now you're living, and we're just not going to play the armor. Okay. This is going to be a tough floor. We need a lot of damage to kill this floor, and we're just not going to get there. We will take more damage, though, I think. Oh, we should have put... That doesn't matter. It's sweep, so it wouldn't have made a difference. This is spells. We have so many freaking spells, and we have Unbroken Horn. Like it... Yeah. We want another damage morsel here. Seems okay. Front unit's going to die. Back unit's going to make it to the pyre. But he's... We need to get him down to where... Ideally, he only does 2 hits. Because then he won't actually hit our pyre. He'll just hit the armor on the pyre. Okay. What is he at right now? 20. I mean, we could do a massive vent. This actually kills both of them. Okay. So we shade split. Then we vent. Do we want to do... I think we torch you. And then we vent. And now we're killing everything. And the prince is still getting a kill. Wow, that was really good. That was really good. Hornbreak gets you so close. If we Hornbreak, torch... Just not quite enough. Dang. Well, I should have at least played it on him then. That was a mistake. Let's give you extra armor and then give you even more extra armor and then do Gem Trove. And just bust out as much damage as we can to this guy. And feel sad that we don't want any... Yeah. Feel sad that we're not going to kill him. He's going to do 3 damage to us. But that's going to be the last leak. And 3 damage on... Arcus is not bad. We have 23 damage shield. I think we're going to be totally fine. I said 23 too soon. We have way more than 23 damage shield. Good luck. And... I mean... Apart from making the mistake of playing these guys on the middle floor in that one fight, this has been just a really, really across the board, a really solid run so far. Let's give you more damage and block the hit. Block a hit here. And then... Vent. Cool. What's our prince doing right now? 190 damage. We have all the armor in the world, and we can then play this to get us even more and smack. Yeah. My highest win game streak was 25. And then I went nuts on a stupid build and not intentionally, but I ended up losing it. One Horn Tome is great. One Horn Tome we can fit. With all the damage shield and with all the armor, the Hornbreaker Prince is never going to get hit by stuff. It just means we can't play Branding Right on him, but we don't really need to play it on him. We need capacity. That means we can play up to 4 morsels, and we can play 2 from the very beginning, which is really, really important. We can't do spell upgrades. I would like the removal. We don't have train stewards left, actually, so maybe the removal's not so crazy. Oh, what are we going to dupe later? That's a real good question. I really don't know. What do we want to hold over? Do we hold over the branding right? I don't think so. Do we hold over a 3-cost gem trove? Maybe that's what we do. I think that's actually really solid. A held over 3-cost gem trove means they all get a damage shield every turn. So then once we get One Horn's Tome onto the Prince, like, we're set. I think a consuming torch seems okay. And what do we finish off with? A double stack? Double stack One Horn's Tome. Minus the cost, put it back to 5. The only time we can't play it right now is if we get it in the opening hand. After that, we just keep saving Ember to make sure that we can play it. Really strong. Like, this is a very, very, very powerful Reaper build. Nope. No, thank you. Non-boss enemies heal. I don't think we're concerned about that. We're going to get some garbage. We're going to get some garbage unless we get early spell damage. Like, if we get vents or Hornbreaks, then we can start killing these guys, but I think we're good. Yeah, when we play, exactly, we play on one floor. We can reduce the one there. We don't get blights in the Seraph fight. We only get blights in this fight, and I don't think it's worth it for one fight. Packed morsels gives us... We just need as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. We'll play these guys out just to get them out of the hand. Okay. Still no good stuffs. Play you out. Play out all the morsels everywhere. Are we doing enough damage? 29, 29. So we're really just banking on getting multi-strike here. We're not going to play these Shade Splitters. We need to keep the Ember. We got it. Wow. Cool, cool. Now we're killing everything. And he's going to get way more Slay Triggers, which is certainly not a bad thing. Let's prevent your eventual exodus and putting more garbage in the deck. Cool, so he's killing now all 3 because he gets a Slay Trigger off of the Steel Wings, which gives him enough damage to kill the Gilded Wing, which gives him a chance to kill the Purifier. Yeah, this fight's pretty much over now. It's just a matter of, okay, we don't really want to play that. Okay, we'll play it. I mean, we don't really want them either, but we want the damage shield. And oh, I should have played this on the backliner down here to try to prevent garbage. But we don't even really care so much about the garbage. Can you believe we did not get our gem trove until now? It's at the bottom of the deck. Crazy, right? Double stack. Pick you off. And then I'm okay dumping my Ember into this floor. Yeah, it is still +2 damage. That's right. Gem trove. Ooh, into 4 damage shield morsels. Wow. And then we can branding right our Prince. Just kidding. Anyone get a heart attack there? And then Gem Trove again. Into March of Shields. Play you guys out. And then, I guess we could dump the vent now. We don't need any more Ember. More damage shield. I mean, we're going in with 31 damage shield against a guy that hits 1 at a time with... Oh my gosh, he's doing as much as our Wrathful Prince was, but has more multi-strike. Yeah, this is why I like Reaper so much in Umbra. It's one of the clans, or yeah, one of the clans I think does best with Reaper because there's so much multi-strike available and there's so many good tanks you can put in front of the Prince. Excellent. Now on to Seraph. Skip. I mean, Impish Scholar is like interesting, but no, we're not going to do that. I don't think we need Grovel now that we have our holdover on Gem Trove. We could dupe the One Horn's Tome. Yeah, it's patient. Yep. I think we can afford to dupe the One Horn's Tome. Let's minus the cost of Shade Splitter. I don't think we want another holdover. I think we just remove now. Let's see what we get out of the trinkets, but I'm probably just going to remove... Mine Jacks. Mine Jacks. I don't need Shade Lamp. We have enough morsel generation. So, I love Mine Jacks, but I'm kind of thinking like we have enough with Space Prisms. And I'd rather just get rid of torches because they're so bad. So this just makes our draws so much better. And I just don't think we need the space. But having more consistent draws is like really huge. And then let's do a reroll and take another minus cost. I could do that, but I don't think it's necessary. I will put a... Oh, I can't afford it. I was going to say I was going to put a consume onto one of the Hornbreaks. Okay, here we go. The nice thing is that with morsels you can play the Shade Splitters wherever, so you never really ever incant Seraph. Apart from when you play direct stuff on your units. Let's go... Well, let's see what else we get out of this. We don't need the Ember. I think we go just pure damage. We don't need HP. And... just die. Okay. And this is actually a good time to play Morsels Everywhere because... Ooh, wow, Gem Trove. Yeah, damage shield. And... Yes, exactly. You can't. I mean, you can. There's a lot of ways around it. You can do stealth, you can do regen, you can silence him, you can get enough armor. Armor's kind of tough, but you can make it work. You can, the other one is Daze. And we had Daze offered to us, but we didn't need it this run because we already had so much running for us. But Daze is another one that like is really strong. Problem is we're not going to get a lot of kills in the Hornbreaker Prince because these guys just die to the Crucible Warden. But it's fine. Even the 100 damage times 3 is going to be a lot of damage. We're going to get as many Shade Splitters that are free as possible. We want to save the rest for our Ember. So the main reason why is we want stuff on every floor to prevent that Seraph goes up there and hits us. The melee weakness isn't really a big deal, but that actually prevents a lot. We can play you guys here. I'm not going to Hornbreak. I want to save Ember for the multi-strikes. Okay. There's one Horn Stone, so we play Gem Trove. We're going to play damage. And then we'll play one Horn Stone. And then do we play... We're going to play these morsels out. Now you're dying. You're going to get a kill here. Fantastic. I actually want to leave all this, but I don't mind clearing this floor. Oh no, we want to keep the Ember. Never mind. It's this anti-synergy with Vent that until we've played all of our... until we've played both of our... Wait, where's the other one? Didn't I dupe it? Did I dupe the wrong thing? I thought I duped One Horn's Tome. What did I dupe? Did I dupe March of Shields? Did I dupe Gem Trove? Oh my gosh. Well, now I feel stupid. Dang. Disappointment. It's fine. We don't really need it, but I was excited about it. And you guys can settle in here nicely. We should be getting enough kills from these two. That's going to be 80 plus 80 damage that we can kill both of them as well. Okay. We've only incanted him once. That's not bad. We are not going to play both. Are we going to play both Gem Troves here? That seems ridiculous. We can do it. I mean, we have the space for the morsels. Okay, we want damage shield, and we want damage. And then we can play everything everywhere else. Cool. I mean, they are very good distractions, and we keep having excess, so might as well, I guess. There we go. Damage shield. Damage. Plop you guys in there. Plop you guys in there. And we save our Ember here. Ooh, this is interesting. I think here we want to kill this one. Because he's still going to kill all three. How much damage does he have right now? He has 180 by 3. He now has 200. Did I say 260? That's right, he gets 40 per. 260. He's going to get even more. And we already have like an insane amount of damage shield. My gosh. You're playing the same build. How's it going for you? Are you getting as lucky as I am, or is it going not in a positive direction? Which is a really weird saying of really weird way of saying is it not going so well. Okay. We're now doing 480, I think is what I saw. 380. But we'll get 2 more kills here, and we're going to get 3 more kills here. Maybe. He might be killing this guy. How much damage shield does the prince have? The prince has 11 damage shield. Should we do a test? What do you guys think? Should we do a test? I can kill the Crucible Warden. If I get the Hornbreak again, I can kill him. Should we see if the prince can withstand on his own? What do you think, guys? Should we try it? Should we see if the prince is strong enough, the fragile prince, as his own tank with 11 damage shield? Well, let's at least go halfway there. I think we're just killing it. I don't think there's a risk here. Now we have to draw it. We have to draw it. So we play Hornbreak. In order to... Oh, we can't draw it because of... Well, it's like a 1 in 11 chance. No, even more than that. Dang. If we don't hold over the gem troves, though, it's much more likely to show up again. So we'll try it. We'll see. All right. I mean, we're killing. Like, this is just a slaughterhouse. Yeah, we didn't get it. We just needed the Hornbreak, and we could have got it. Honestly, we probably still would win. Let's calculate that. If we had branding right at our own hero, we'd be doing 144 times 50 is enough. We still would have won. And then with the Prince, we only needed to hit 3 times, and he's got 11 damage shield. Crazy, right? No, we want to get all the kills as we can. Cool. That's it. Very, very strong build there. Amber Drain package works really well. Shadow Eater works really well as long as you can get some damage shield on it. Very, very solid build setup. Yeah, this would have wrecked the Divinity. Absolutely. Just would have completely wrecked him, especially if I hadn't have mistakenly duplicated the gem trove instead of the one horn stone. Yeah, I mean, it certainly is harder with the DLC. So it makes sense. All right, last run. Difference in win rate? I would say, based on my experience, about half of Seraph kills can win Divinity. So I'm expecting that it's going to be about half the time you can't kill the Divinity, even if you can kill Seraph. And my Seraph win rate's probably like, I don't know, 70 to 80%. So then you think it's like 30, 35% of runs can kill Divinity. But that's, I mean, I haven't like practiced it a ton, so we'll see. All right, so last up is Melting Remnant. With Melting Remnant, there's a few different builds you can go. Brawler tends to be the strongest here as well. And the main reason why Brawler tends to be so good is because you can do Whiplash and you can do Reform. And both of them add raw stats to Brawler, which is exactly what you want. You cannot do Rage and Reform because you lose all of your Rage when you die. So that can be a little bit of a difficult thing. The other thing is that applied multi-strike goes away when you die too. So getting things like One Horn's Tome is pretty bad with Melting Remnant. Another reason why you don't really want Reaper. Wrathful is probably the worst of the three with Melting Remnant. Wrathful's like in a weird spot. Like it's really, really good if it can survive and kill the front unit. Then it's unstoppable. And that's why with Awoken it's so good, because you have all of the tools you need to be able to heal and also like do damage to units enough that you can play Wrathful. Same with Stygian Guard, tends to be really good with Wrathful. But yeah, I think here with Melting Remnant, it's probably going to be Brawler with Reaper as the secondary choice. Reaper's quite good because, again, you can do stat buffs, and then if Reaper dies, you can bring Reaper back, and then Reaper has actually legitimate amounts of health. But the key is you need to have burnout extenders. Ideally, you have Whiplash. So we have a burnout extender, which means we can have a Let the Prince Die build, although we don't have any Reform yet, so it's a little bit sketchy. We're going to see what we get after the first couple of rings. Okay, we have an Imp. We have an Imp, and we have Imp in a box. That makes Queen's Tail pretty good. And Cleansing Water is not relevant late game, but it is very helpful early game. But I think we're fine early game. So we'll take Queen's Tail for the draw Ember, and we will go Brawler. Oh, I played this wrong. You shouldn't be going Dregs. You should be going Primitive Mold. Because then you can guarantee you bring back the Prince. So that was a mistake. So now we really just need Whiplash is the way to win this. Spike should be fine. What we'll do is try to kill everything as best we can with AoE and with torches. So we want the Prince, and we want a bunch of Dregs with him that all have their burnout extended. We want Train Stewards elsewhere. Torch you. Okay, so how can we get enough damage? If we play, let's play the Imp. We can play a second Imp, but I think an Imp here makes a lot more sense. We can keep these guys around for a while. Should have played another drag up there with them. An extra 18 damage is enough to kill this guy. It's not. We're 1 damage off. So we just need a torch. There's a torch. More molting imps. Kind of hilarious. Again, just trying to get as much damage as we can. Let's give you more burnout extension. And I think 2 torches helps it so that only the prince takes damage. This is a scary one, guys. I don't know if we're gonna do enough damage. We have another train steward. Let's get you in here with the expectation that we try to get the train steward in the next draw. We didn't get it. We can kill the backliner though. So we're gonna take pyre damage. How much pyre damage though? 57 puts him at 71. If we'd gotten another drag up there, it would add another 27 damage, no more than that. 9, 18. Yeah, I would have added a lot of damage. Because these two would have gotten an extra hit. Both Prince hits would have gotten an extra hit. I'm going to try restarting it just to get another drag up there. And see if that actually adds enough damage to become relevant. So we play 2 drags. Play the train steward. Torch the backliner, just like we did before. Play the molting imp. Play the molting imp. Play 1 drag up here. Do that. Play 1 drag up here. Play a train steward here. Now that means that this guy is taking we're taking more damage on the prince now. Oh my gosh, we have a welder helper though. Let's keep the welder helper around. Because we can do this. And that's like massive. That's way better. I don't know what like in the RNG made that happen, but very solid. We are killing this guy. We're gonna put a train steward and a drag up there later. I think we have. Yeah, we'll draw both. Guaranteed. Let's put you here to get 15 damage, and then we're gonna draw all torches here, and then we're guaranteed to draw the train steward and the drag next turn. Nine damage or a hit with both of them. A hit with both of them is more damage. Much better. Get him down to where we're going to take 2 hits. Cool. Okay. Much smoother. We have a lot of imps already, but Welder Helper is really good. Kind of. Depends on what we get. Do we want Hornbreak? I don't think so. Welder Helper seems more appealing because I don't think we're going to be going damage from... Oh, Wicklash! Okay, there we go. We need to get holdover on it. That's a real priority. For now, Paraffin Enforcer. Oh my gosh. We can put Endless on the Enforcer. No, we want Endless on a Welder Helper. Burnout on a Welder Helper. This just got real sick real fast. We can get unlimited armor on the Paraffin Enforcer, and once we get Burnout on the Prince, Every time the Paraffin Enforcer hits something, he's going to get damage. That's huge. That's huge. Okay, that's going to be a really fun build. We don't need these coins. Let's not risk it here. Early game's going to be the hardest before we get holdover on. Okay, can we risk this? Chances of not getting a Wicklash, or sorry, any burnout extender. Let's not risk it. There's no reason. There's no reason to risk it here. But man, we're going to be drawing 10 of our cards. That's only a 50% chance. That's like not worth it at all. There's zero reason to take a risk here like that, rather than just making this guy better. Playing him here was actually a mistake. We want to be able to do armor. We do that though. Play you, play you, play you. We need to be able to get the armor amp up there. So we're going to double torch him. Sorry, Drag. My bad. And then we just need the armor imp. Fantastic. And honestly, even just getting this armor imp like a few times is probably enough. That's going to be 27 damage times, you know, a lot of hits. Do that. Do that. Play this. I guess we wait. In the crazy event, we get Wicklash and one of these at the same time. Like, that's pretty solid. Pyre Chomper, Torch the Pyre Chomper, Welder Helper, and then we'll keep this. Maybe we get them. Maybe we get both of them in the same hand. That'd be pretty crazy. We didn't get it, but we're still killing the boss, so we're good. Excellent. Ritual of Battle now seems a lot better, knowing that we're going to be stacking Rage anyway. So let's take it. Another Wicklash is fantastic. Man! Good stuff. Let's go spell upgrades. And the priority here is -1 in holdover on a Wicklash. And then -1 onto... Ooh, we can't -1 on anything. We don't need the torches to do damage. We're gonna get enough. We're gonna get enough damage with the Paraffin Enforcer plus the Prince. Ooh. Yes, I think it's Railforge's hammer still. It's just more consistent. We can guarantee that it's on the middle or top floor. Because if we hit the bottom floor, it's kind of bad. We need time. We don't start off with a ton of damage. Alright, so we play both of them up top. Torch a couple of these guys. I mean, this is really good. It's kind of unnecessary, though. Let's just do the safe route here. Make sure we have plenty of health by the time they get there. There's one of our Wicklashes. I think we're pretty guaranteed to get the next one, too. Let's do that. Play you. Imp in a box. I mean, it's like super likely. Please, please don't die, Prince. Especially if we get an imp. Okay, we got it. We're good. We can play you out. We can put out Dreg here too. We can fit it. Let's torch you. And put you in the back. No, put you up front. Put you in the back. Depends. If we have consistent, then yes. I'm going to wait till I get multi-strike on him though. But yeah, it is pretty good. Because then he'll also buff himself. Well, yeah, I guess we just do it now. Interesting. Torch you. Do that. I contradict myself all the time. Sorry about that, guys. It's life. Just how it is. Now we're going to stack everything onto the... Nope. We're going to do one to you, and torch the boss. We just need the big burnout extender, which we haven't gotten yet. I think it's coming up. Yeah, Hallow Drippings. 1, 2, 3. Not dying, but close. How we doing? We're killing it. Boom. 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 Cool. Bounty Stalker. Ooh, that's interesting. It's another endless requirement, though. We're gonna get... We're probably gonna go left path here. We have 2 Merchants of Steel in a row, 3 Merchants of Steel in a row. We have a lot of chances to get endless. We don't need the Baron. And we also don't even need space. And then we just get extra draw then? Yeah, that makes sense, because we need to get to our burnout stuff much faster, much more consistently. But yeah, we're going to go left path here to try to get endless or multi-strike. Okay, we got the multi-strike. I'm going to prioritize it first on Paraffin Enforcer. And give Paraffin Enforcer maybe some starting rage. Nah, I think just more health. And then we're going to wait. Brawler 2. Yeah, I really like these Melting Remnant Brawler builds. I think it's quite good. 15 armor. It's the garbage I'm worried about more than anything else. But we're going to try it. It does mean that the sweep units can't kill them, which is a little bit problematic. But I'm just hopeful that we can get enough early damage. Do we even play on the front now? This represents 18, 30, plus extra damage on the... Yeah, it's not enough. We'll play on the top floor. You can do some damage right now. Okay. Imp in a box. Gets us Pyre Chomper. Gets us Imp in a box. AoE's really good there. Did I really? Just pretend that didn't ever happen. Awkward. And torch. Okay. Garbage. Imp in a box. Gets us the Pyre Chomper into Impish Scholar into Imp in a box. How many hours do I have in the game? A lot. Let me look. 1,118 hours. And I have seen, I don't know, at least a dozen. I've seen a lot of them. More than, like, I think most people will see. Let me think. I want to get as much damage as possible. Let's put you up front. We want you to die. You're only going to get your 8 this time. But later on, we should be a little bit better. So this is going to be 30 damage. We're going to kill everything here. So let's start trying to get you. Oh, I should have played the Pyre Chomper. My bad. Mistakes. Okay, so now we can Wicklash and put a drag and do Hallow Drippings. Get you out here. It's like, who do you even torch? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Okay. How are we doing at top? We can now Wicklash you. Really missing my imp right now. But we are getting strong. There he is. We can just focus on wicklashing you now. Get you out here. Now we're looking solid. Okay. Play that. I guess get you out. Doesn't really matter. Cool. Yeah, we're good. We have enough damage now that we're just fine. Pyre Chomper. Get in there. Yeah. Oh, he only got 6 burnout. We probably should actually give him an extra burnout this turn. Doesn't even need it. He's fine. Wow. Oh my gosh. We almost killed him in 1 hit. I think it's a skip. I don't think March of Shields is that great. Although, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's that great. We can't really get rid of a lot of spells, though, because of the Seraph the Diligent. Sacred Wicks is kind of interesting. We could get back some imps. And it's a consume card. That's really it. It's just like the fact that it's a consume card is pretty relevant. We're going to go for Endless again. Plus, if we could get another multi-strike, like, we would be thrilled. Endless! We got it! So there's the Endless Bounty Stalker. I think we get the Rage. Oh, we already got Rage. Or, did we get Rage on him? We did get Rage. Multi-strike and... No, we got Health on him. Burnout would be amazing. We didn't, but multi-strike is also fantastic. So, no complaints here. Wow. This is really good with Diligent, because that means that we're drawing a bunch of endless units and not having to worry about purging all of our spells. We have full Pyre health. I think we're okay with this. It only represents, at worst, 14 damage. We can even clear the floor, which is kind of hilarious. So we put you out. Get you rolling, get you rolling. We don't want to use the Hallow Drippings yet. I think, yeah, we're killing everything, so we're good. Do we put a Dreg in the back? I think we just do this. This is a little bit sketch. We can kill both of them, though, by doing that. Then it's just this guy left. All right, there's a Wicklash. Not really where you want to see the Welder Helper. We're gonna put him down here. Play you here. Try to get some damage off of you. And I kind of think we do it now, but it is scary. We need to get the other Wicklashes or something like next turn. We're killing everything there. Lower your damage by 5. Lower your damage by... Yeah, you only take 1 extra armor. Okay. Please. Please. Please, game. Fantastic. Alright. Let's see if we actually get the... We didn't get it yet, but that's fine. The Wicklashes will be enough. We play this. Gives us back one of these dudes, which means we can clear this floor. They're all still dying. We can get another 10. He gets 10 damage per. Let's get you in there. You do a little bit less health on him. Torch you. Now you're living. This all seems really good. Okay. All right. So we play the Bounty Stalker. He kills the front unit. Play the Imps. You got extra burnout. I'm a fool. Give you burnout. We'll alternate until we get the other spell. Clear the floor. Get the rage minion up front to tank the hit. And put a train steward in back. No, they will lose all burnout when they die. So if we applied it onto the Bounty Stalker, he would come back without burnout. It's only applied while they're alive. To enhance them, you have to specifically use a molded. Then you're enhancing them with burnout, and then they keep it when they get reformed. It's a little bit of a weird thing, but that's the logic behind it. Okay, let's just stack you full of rage. Cool. Play you out here. Double burnout, so we want one on you, and extend them both. Should be good now. Play you again in the back this time. Oh my gosh, are we gonna die? How much stealth will he have left? 1, 2, 3. He's gonna have 3 stealth left. 1, 2, 3 kills him. We get 1 hit off. Oh boy, this is scary. Okay. Scary stuff, guys. Do we put it onto you instead? No, this represents 30, this represents 20. 458. Can we live with that amount of damage? Sorry, my bad. Do that. Do that. What do we end up with? 458 puts him at 130. Less than 130. That represents 5 pyre hits. So because of our mistake of playing the Welder Helper, not letting it die, we're going to take 60 damage. Even just putting the Welder Helper in the middle, we would have killed him. Branding right? I think it's okay. We're certainly not going to take another Bounty Stalker. Okay. We have all the unit upgrades we want. However, we can remove 2 train stewards. And we don't really need trinkets here. Is there any unit upgrades we'd want? I guess we would take... we don't really want any of this. No, we're good. It's okay. You know, it's a valid thought. It is a valid thought. I'm nervous about putting too many spells in the deck because we're already having a scary enough time trying to get Burnout to remain on our prince without actually killing him. So you're killing that. That's good news. Let's get you guys in here as well. Okay, so we play you. Play you. In the middle, because we're not fools. Are we going to do enough damage here? Tough to say. Tough to say. We could put a drag up here. The drag will get an extra 6 rage. And let's kill some stuff. Why not? Alright. Oh my, scary. Welder Helper into Imp Parade, or Imp in a box. Play you out, you're killing this guy. Good job. Then... oh crap. No, we're good. He's still dying. We want the rage up here. Oh, this is the holdover one, so we're good. That adds some damage, but wow, we're taking a lot of damage to the pyre. Not playing this drag here would have saved us, because we could have played the Fledgling Imp, and that would have added 9 damage, no, 6 damage to both of them, which represents, that would have been 21 by 2. He kills with the first hit, has an extra What is this? Plus 6, 22 by 3. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have been that different. Oh, plus the rage he gets from him. But anyway, that's not what happened, so we're not going to dwell on the past. Look to the future. Good luck down there. Gonna take one hit, but it's gonna be a big hit. Ooh. Not what you want to see. Oh, this is perfect. This is what you want to see. Burnout. Burnout. And then I'm gonna torch him to kill him. Bring back two whatevers. Get in there. You got this. Wow. You're a sweep unit. You're killing everything. So it'd be really bad if he went up to the top and raged them. He did not. Appreciate that. It's nice when Fel helps you out. Let's give you more... yeah, or more armor. You're okay, barely. And you're dying, which is actually good news. Let's continue to get more damage. There's another rage dude. My goodness, these guys are brutal. 20 here is not bad. We get that right away with the welder helper. We can continue to stack damage onto the Hornbreaker Prince and onto Paraffin Enforcer. Don't want to play a drag out here. Nice thing is he's not getting the kill, so his rage is going to be quite low. And I think torching here is okay. Cool. Actually got a couple hits onto Fel there. So, Imp, Torch, Hallowed Drippings, and we are going to play Bounty Stalker again. Now we're good. I mean, we don't need all that much. We don't need all that health by the end. Just keep stacking onto you because Fel is coming. How much damage are we doing right now? We're doing 300 damage. And we can do 3 hits, 900 damage. But we're going to have at least one more welder helper. And we can play Bounty Stalker for another 160 damage. And we can Branding Rite again, which is also very big. So now we're looking at like 5 hits. And at 5 hits, it's looking really solid. We can even put the Bounty Stalker up front to have it die, so we get even more stats on the Bounty Stalker. That seems really good. Cool. Fantastic. Yes. Still more draw. Yeah, using Endless on imps is one of those things that's like not obvious when you first start playing, but then later you realize it's just like really, really powerful. It's not necessarily overpowered, but it is very powerful. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We want to remove 2 Train Stewards because, like, what the heck are they doing in my deck? And in addition, the other Wicklash being free would be pretty good. Permafrost. Permafrost onto Hallow Drippings. Plus 10 magic power onto nothing. -1 on a Branding Rite. And I think it's holdover on the other Wicklash. I think getting both Wicklashes every turn is really good. To make sure we have plenty of... I'm okay with a 1-turn Bone Shine. Just get 15 Pyre health and call it a day. It's not bad. Brawler 3. Let's do it. Now Wicklashes represent 50 damage per application. 20 armor. Oh, that's scary. That's so scary, guys. Oh boy. Oh boy. We might just have signed our death note here. I'm hoping that the bounty stalker can save us. So this is pretty big. I'm gonna play these out. Pyre Chomper's pretty good. That's gonna be really helpful later on, and I think honestly we just torch you and then get 15 pyre health. Do 9 more damage. I mean, our bounty stalker doesn't kill this guy, but it's really close. He kills this guy. Math is like a thing people sometimes do. Let's bring back 2 imps. That seems really good. Then we want to double drag. We're barely not killing this guy. We could triple drag. So... This kills... This gets rid of garbage. This is a garbage cleanup crew right here. If we do that. Alternatively, we play this on the prince right now. I think we do garbage cleanup. Okay, next floor. Wait a minute. Was I wrong? I guess I was wrong. I was so wrong. Play you. I kind of think we have to do this and just eat the self-mutilations. We're already going to have problems. Oh, gosh. What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? No, I think we can't afford to do it that way. We play out a drag. This drag does 19 damage. Oh, the bounty stalker lives and does 19. That's amazing. Bounty stalker, you're a pro. Coming in clutch when we needed you the most. All right, play you. Play you. Get burnout. You're now dying. Rip to bounty stalker. So we're taking 3 damage to the pyre. We need to start torching this fool. We need him to die. Now I'm hoping that we do significantly more damage. So we can double Wicklash here, which adds 50 damage per Wicklash. We can Molting Imp. Do we hit any damage thresholds if we Molting Imp at the top? So we're playing Bounty Stalker. This is happening. Killing the front unit. And it's just a question of where we play the Molting Imp. I think we play it up top. It did absolutely nothing. I should have just done the math. But it's fine. We're only taking 8 more damage. But hoo boy. Triple garbage. Hey, Transcend him. Coming in real clutch. Oh yeah, loving that. Torch you. Rid of all the garbage. And just keep giving you extra damage. Give them all the burnout. I think now we are doing enough damage to make a real difference in this world. You're going to do 228. Totally fine by me. Let's give you just more damage. Oh, we could have torched our buddy here. My mistake. Play you out again. Do that. Do that. Ooh, we're going to take some damage because of that. Probably didn't need to do that. Considering we were going to do that anyway. Wait, how are you not dying? We're killing him in 1 hit? Dang. That's fine. All right. Impressive. Yes, we take it. Sacred Wicks again, or Crushing Demise. We'll try the Crushing. That's actually okay, because it just like kills, instant kills the unit. Oh, this is tough, because I'd really love to get Endless on the Transcend Imp. That would be so huge to be able to play both of them every turn. Alternatively, we just do spell upgrades. What would we get with spell upgrades here? There's really not a lot of stuff we want to do with spells. Let's go left path. Endless, 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 endless. Didn't get it yet. We did get Burnout. We can preemptively get Burnout just in case. Let's see what trinkets we get. We might get Endless via the trinkets. Double Extinguish is mediocre at this point, but it's something. Daze. Huh. Daze could be pretty good. Alright, let's do the reroll and see if we luck into Endless. Endless! Oh my goodness. What? Killing it, guys. Oh, that's just awful. That's painful. I feel bad for the enemies. We're not going to do this one. I'm just trying to think. Light's Gift? No. Yeah, really, really pleased with that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Get rid of these awful dregs. Literally double nuts. Alright. These Imp Reform builds can also be pretty fun. But this worked out, like, pretty well. Do we dare play on the bottom floor? That seems way too risky. We'll play middle floor. And we will start by torching this gentleman. We want you to die. There's a Crushing Demise. That seems pretty good. We got rid of the garbage unit. Oh my gosh. Amazing stuff. Alright, we have a Hallowed Drippings from we need it. Let's play something before we play the Transcend Imp. So Molting Imp into Molting Imp. David Thompson, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for the subscribe. If you're not, thanks anyway. And if you are watching, I hope you're enjoying the stream. Imp in a Box. Pyre Chomper. Fantastic. Love it. Welder Helper. Amazing stuff. Minor Problem. Minor Problem. We can't play Transcend Imp there yet. Luckily, he's got Burnout. We'll play him here. Rage. Love it. Wicklash on you. Give us all the Burnout that we need. And then you can just hit Seraph sometimes. Feel free. We don't want to put him where he's killing units before, because then he stops the Paraffin Enforcer from getting kills. Okay, so we go Welder Helper into Transcend Imp. Good stuff. We will play another drag for posterity. And Torch, Wicklash. Cool, cool. Alright. Welder Helper into Transcend Imp. Really would have loved a Rage trigger, but you know, it's fine. Popping one of you seems okay. And then Branding Right, Wicklash, Do we go for another Wicklash on him? We do need to extend his burnout. But wow, we already have a lot of damage onto the Hornbreaker Prince. And it's just about to get even wilder. We go there, we go there. Put you up top. Reform some stuff. Get rid of the garbage. Get a drag up here with him. And then double Wicklash on the Prince. Wow. Crazy stuff. That's why you're there. Get some extra damage there. Play you out. Play you out. Torch. Torch. And then double Wicklash. Let's spread it around a little bit. I think we still have the other... yeah, there's the Hallow Drippings. We can go for Crushing Demise here. Let's start with Hallow Drippings. Play both of these. Ritual of Battle. I think we Crushing Demise here and have hopes. I mean, we got rid of a big unit. Yeah, 11. We're not going to need 11 turns. Okay, let's just torch one of you guys. And here we go. We have 4 holdover things. Okay, we're going to get rid of one of them right now, though. And we just keep getting more and more armor. Here's even more armor. 1,620 armor without having double armor. That's pretty impressive. We can just pop that guy out of the way. I forgot for a moment what that spell does. All right. You know what, though? We're still going to win. We're not going to win. Wait. We're still going to win. Oh, man. Woo. Oh, man. That is a meme, yes. Alright. That's game. So that is my full showcase of the Hornbreaker Prince. Certainly we got a lot of good stuff. Like, not every run's going to go as smooth as our runs did, but I think it just showcases how all 3 can work. Different champion paths can work really well, and at least my recommendations for how I play them in the different clans. We went over rage, we went over armor, we talked about clan combinations, and I think hopefully this is useful for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll be back again tomorrow with the Sentient doing the same thing. So we're going to do a similar type of like deep, come back for the memes. But we're going to do some more deep analysis into some of the Sentient stuff. And reminder, tournament coming up this weekend. So Thursday, the open qualifier becomes available, and then Saturday is the tournament. So if you are still planning on it, pay attention on Thursday. I'll be posting onto Reddit and onto the Discord with all the information about the tournament and the open qualifier challenge codes to participate. And with that, thanks for watching. Name of the day has been Durfin. You can call me Nate. You can call me Nathan. Please never call me Nathaniel, and I'll see you guys